Hello and welcome back to the WGL APAC. It is now time for game number 3. We've had 2 5-4s. You want to do that on the stream as well? 5-4.
No.
And well, 2 5-4s. That was pretty slick, I gotta say.
Keep talking, Jonathan.
I will. Anyway, Caren Tiger team efficiency about to come up here. That could be another 5-4. Definitely going to be a close one in my opinion.
Should be a close one. Very close one, in fact. Both Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency, the two teams we've got coming up next, have been very promising so far this season. They've showed a lot of improvement from last season. You know, TE, they ended up top 4 last season, came into our season finals here in Sydney, and well, did pretty decently there. Obviously didn't win too much, but you know,
Well, they did have to go up against EL in their semi-final.
that was their
which
slight issue. But,
yeah, a little bit of an issue.
A little bit. But yeah, Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency both been playing really well so far this season, and this should be a good match.
It is a real grudge match, isn't it? Because these two teams are very close together on the scoreboard at the moment. Actually, Team Efficiency was the one that denied Caren Tiger the chance to go to the finals last season. So there's a lot to play for tonight for both teams.
Absolutely, I think so. Well, Team Efficiency, if they can take this one out, I think they're going to be really, really happy because CT, you know, they've given it to everyone so far in this season.
Definitely. It's been a pretty good season for both of these teams so far. We'll have a look at the team lineups as we start to break things down here. Caren Tiger coming out first, sitting in, well, second at the moment. But that could potentially be changing tonight if they do drop to Team Efficiency, who is hot on their heels.
Absolutely. It may very well. But in terms of Caren Tiger, look, we've got to look at Zenlon, very, very solid player on CT, and he's actually a bit of a flex player. He likes playing lots of different tanks, very skilled at many of them. And Murame, you know, last season we saw Murame doing a lot of work on Caren Tiger's side. This season's no different.
Yeah, so moving, of course, over to their opponents, Team Efficiency, who have had a pretty stellar start. Obviously, they missed the first week because they rescheduled their matches, but they did manage to 3-0 last week. Last gameplay week, they took out things like Meltdown, you know, Caren Tiger, obviously next one on the chopping block.
You know, I didn't actually know that TE's defensive side win rate was that high. It is insanely high. I think the only half of defense that they've lost so far this season has been one on Muravanka.
Yep, that would be correct, and that was against Coalition Zoo, which they then proceeded to 5-0 after losing both sides of Muravanka. So it was 5-2 in the end, but could very well have been a 5-0 for Team Efficiency in that matchup. But there are a few changes, I think, for the roster tonight for Team Efficiency. So we'll have to find out what they are when we get into the game. But I do think Granovsky at the moment is over in Russia, and he's not playing tonight. I believe Bowl's coming in. I think JP Xerxes as well is coming into the roster for Team Efficiency, but I'm not 100% sure. So
okay.
As soon as we get into the game, we'll figure that out. But yeah, those changes, if they are the case for Team Efficiency, that could be a little bit of an issue because, you know, they've had this good run with this new roster, with these new players.
Exactly.
They've started to gel well, and all of a sudden, they're going to have a
Granovsky
different
heads
change.
off to Russia.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind going to Russia, actually.
Yeah.
I went into a Russian shop here around where we work the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, and the guy, he's welcomed me in Russian. I was like, hi.
You were like,
and he
"Da."
said, do you know this is Russian shop? I was like, yes. am I not meant to be in here? But it's good. I bought some Russian jam that had no preservatives in it. Which is a little bit surprising. You'd think that maybe Russian jam would have like more. I don't know. I'm not sure what I was expecting. I think it's just. Anyways.
I have no idea how you managed to get onto that sort of tangent.
Moving on. So.
Yes, let's move on.
Let's move on from that one. I think, but look, whether they've got Granovsky in their lineup or not, Team Efficiency, they have still generally been very, very, very strong this season. I think one little change isn't going to really hit them.
Yeah, well, speaking of Russians, well, let's have a look at the head-to-head here. Party up against Zenlon. These guys are kind of like the flex players for their teams. We've seen them pick a lot of different tanks. Party very adept, the 50Bs, the TVPs, the Bat Chats. He plays it all, and he does a good job in it. So does Zenlon. He's got a very high number of different tanks played for his team, and they're pretty similar in that respect. Have a look at the damage dealt. It's pretty close. Party has a bit of an edge there, but overall, both players putting up some good numbers for their teams.
Yeah, absolutely there. And well, the average destroyed Party slightly higher on that one, but average damaged again. exactly the same. So the average shells hit, favouring party once more. Overall, Zenlom, like you said, flex player for Caren Tiger. You know, you can put him in any tanky and he'll do well. So,
Party
I like
played
that.
7 different tanks last week for team efficiency, so definitely likes to jump around and
Yeah.
experiment with things. Zenlon has played 9 different tanks in the first 2 weeks for Caren Tiger, so definitely two guys that like to obviously work things around. They play what's needed for their team, and they are very adaptable.
And yeah, well, I mean, the other thing we've got to think about in this match as well is that both of these teams, they are very close together on the standings. But let's take a look at what maps we are seeing vetoed and banned here, Jordan. It is going to be Cliff and Mines vetoed out first for Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency, respectively.
A little surprised by the Cliff veto from Caren Tiger, but it makes sense. Team Efficiency did look very strong on that last week. Mines from Team Efficiency is, again, a bit of a surprise. It's not a map that Caren Tiger tend to play all that much, and I'm actually surprised to see Ruinberg picked up here first by Caren Tiger when Himmelsdorf was open. They've had a very good run on Himmelsdorf lately, but they decided to go for Ruinberg. Steps coming out there for Team Efficiency. Can't say too much on that. We haven't seen them on it so much last week, so not too much to draw from. And then obviously there's a Himmelsdorf ban coming out from Team Efficiency. That makes a lot of sense. Leaving us with Ghost Town and Prokhorovka. So I like Ghost Town for Team Efficiency.
I like this.
So
I like the fact
Prokhorovka for Team Efficiency.
I like the fact that Muravanka's been banned out there as well by Caren Tiger, because Team Efficiency don't like Muravanka, generally speaking. So having their opponents ban that one out, I think that is definitely a win-win for them. But here we are. We have Ruinberg first up, followed by Steps. Then they're going to be doing battle on Ghost Town. And if we get to a fourth map, moving to the fields of Prokhorovka before a potential tiebreaker on Cliff.
Yeah, so we know the map lineups now. Let's have a look and see what do we think. How do we think this is going to go? I think Ruinberg, that one's probably a 1-1 for me. It's been pretty confident for Caren Tiger in particular, but Team Efficiency did look pretty good on it last week.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong. I think it's definitely going to be a 1-1. It's not going to be a 2-0 to any side. Steps, again, Steps we've seen Team Efficiency play one game on the defensive side so far of 1-1. Caren Tiger 50% on Steps, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that go 1-1 again. Like, this is a very, very hard one to call.
Yeah, I think first 2 maps are 1-1. Ghost Town is where Team Efficiency starts to pull ahead, though.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 2-0 for Ghost
Fair
Town.
call. Look, my actual prediction for this matchup, I have said that Caren Tiger will win this one 5-4 in a true Caren tiebreaker.
Well,
But,
I've said 5-3 Team Efficiency. I've got a little bit more faith in the boys, but it's definitely going to be a close matchup. I think that's for sure. 5-3 is, still a very close result, and it's going to be a bit of a struggle for either of these teams to get an early advantage. If they do get an early advantage, they're going to be putting themselves in a fantastic spot. They'll have a little bit more to play with, and that could be enough to pull them through to a win. So every single round counts here between these two.
Absolutely. Well, I think every single round counts, and in the standings, every single win counts, and that's the other reason why I think Caren Tiger, I almost called them Caren Tiebreaker again. That's the other reason that Caren Tiger will be really looking to win this one, is because they don't have any matches in the bank like Team Efficiency do. Because Team Efficiency obviously didn't play the first week, so they've still got a few matches to kind of catch up on. But if CT can win this, then they'll be in really good stead coming into the next phase of the season.
Definitely. So crucial for both of these teams to be able to find a win on this one. As you said, Team Efficiency maybe not as important, but obviously if they can get off to a win today or tonight against Caren Tiger, then they've got Coalition Zoo tomorrow, which is going to be a bit of an easier matchup. And that's another week which they could, in theory, have a 100% win rate out of. And if you're 100% win rate out of the first couple of weeks, you're in a pretty good spot here. So, what is it going to be? No T110E3 this time for Team Efficiency on the attack. Just a bit more standard sort of a setup.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of a stock standard setup there. Team Efficiency going to be going with that IS-7 there on their side. They've got a couple of 113s as well. And Caren Tiger going with a bit of a mixed bag. I'm not a big fan of the T10, to be honest, but look, it does a job. It's a tier 9. You can't really fault it that much. Apart from that, the AMX 50Bs, yeah, tier 10 autoloaders. So I think Team Efficiency, they just need to be a little bit careful that they don't get sucked into like an autoloader off.
All right, let's have a look and see. Okay, so no Granovsky here tonight for Team Efficiency, but they do have, apart from that, their entire core lineup. Bolognese coming in for Granovsky. No JP Xerxes tonight, or at least for the first round. But that's a good sign, I think, for Team Efficiency. Losing a couple of their players is going to be a bit of an issue. But losing only one, Bolognese can slot in. He's obviously played last season with team efficiency. I think they'll be pretty comfortable with how things are going to go tonight.
As long as he doesn't play artillery.
He's not going to play artillery.
Yeah, I don't
There's
think
no
so.
way.
I was platooning with Bolognese the other day, and well, we both were, and he was playing the AP, the artillery.
Artillery.
And
The T92, was it?
yeah, I think it was the T90 or the Object 263, was it?
I don't remember.
I think it was the Object
One of the
263.
two.
Yeah, it was the Object 261 that he was playing, rather. I'm thinking of the Tank Destroyer.
Yeah.
Object 261, AP, and he did hit one shot on a T57 Heavy that was quite funny.
Yes.
But yes.
Yes,
Apart
I
from that,
got a good clip of that, but it's probably a little bit too rude to put up and describe on this one. Well, suffice to say, there was a lot of expletives.
yes. Yes, well, Bolognese, he's a man of...
He's a passionate man.
a passionate man. Exactly.
He likes his bolognese. He likes his spaghetti bolognese.
Don't we all?
I mean, I make spaghetti bolognese.
You love your spaghetti
almost
bolognese.
every week.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's good. I love it.
Can't go wrong.
I like bolognese as well. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking enough about bolognese, let's have a look over at Caren Tiger. The key players, I think, for Caren Tiger in this match, apart from Zenlon, obviously, Yupa. He is such a crucial player for this lineup. He's always up towards the top of the damage charts. He's up towards the top of the damage blocked. He's always in there, always doing the crucial damage. And if he's not having a good night tonight, that's definitely something I think that team efficiency can probably exploit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so as well. And, well, if team efficiency can try and exploit that, then, well, they're going to be looking pretty good. But I think, it is going to come down a little bit to how much their kind of adapted roster gels with Bolognese coming in here, of course. I think Granovsky, he hasn't been at the top of many of the damage charts that when I think of team efficiency from memory.
No, but it certainly feels like he's fulfilled a particular role.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the danger. So, to make sure the Bol can fill that same role that Granovsky does.
Yeah.
I guess. So, we'll have to wait and see.
I definitely think that Bol's going to be able to slide pretty easily into this team. I think we saw him in a bad AP just to start things off there initially when we got into Ruinberg, but I'd expect to see him maybe in a couple of the heavier tanks as well, the Kranwagens or that 50Bs, 113s, depending on how we go throughout the rest of this series. If we get to Ghost Town, obviously, he's going to probably be in a 50B. I would expect something like that. So that's the kind of tanks that I would think we're probably going to see coming out from Bolognese, and I think that matches up pretty reasonably with the tanks that Granovsky would be picking as well.
Yeah, I think so as well. Granovsky, he doesn't really throw too many curveballs in there, and he definitely doesn't play artillery either. So I'm sure Bol should be able to fill in any little gaps in that one. But overall, do we know what Granovsky's over in Russia for?
No, not it. Visiting family or something? I don't know.
Anyways, yeah. But focusing on Caren Tiger a little bit more now, I think that they've got their standard roster. They're going to be the ones coming into this one fairly confident. They're second on the ladder. They've taken it to every team they've played so far in the season. And
just coming off a pretty good win against Coalition Zoo yesterday as well.
Exactly.
Helkarai had a good day yesterday as well as Yupa. So if those two can get firing, it could be a good night for Caren Tiger.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, Yupa definitely one to look out for on the Caren Tiger side as well. Let's find out where they are rolling out to on both sides of the map here on Ruinberg. So, let's see. We've got team efficiency there. Going to be heading out towards the bottom, towards that 2 flag, heading out of the town. Caren Tiger sending Zenlon down in this batch at 25T AP to get some early spots. He's going to have to be a little bit careful there, but some early spots have already been made on towards team efficiency, and Caren Tiger is starting to punish them a little bit, which is fairly solid play by them, and they are sending 2 tanks back, Polly and Mudame, to defend the 1 flag.
Rohan's just going to get himself forward, try and find himself in a hull down sort of a position here. Hasn't spotted anyone out just yet. Safi's quite far forward in a very, very risky position here. If Maro and Zenlon spot him out, he could be in a spot of bother.
Spot of bother for young Mr. Safi there. Could definitely be. But he is behind that rock, so he should, generally speaking, be fine. He's got a house in front of him. That one's not destructible. So I don't mind Safi sitting there. I think on the other side, though, Bohan and Party, they've got themselves into little dugouts near the 2 flag, and that's a good little spot for those heavy tanks.
Another bit of damage going over to team efficiency. They're starting to get information as to where the Caren Tiger guys are, but I'm wondering if they're bleeding a little bit too much HP for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it could be. Could be. They definitely don't want to give up too much more damage. I mean, one little shot here or there on some of their tanks is okay, but they don't have a massive HP advantage already, and it's been decreased further.
A little bit of damage in response, though, over to Maro. So team efficiency not letting them bully them around too much. Bohan starting to make a move forward as well in towards that town. He's got himself fairly far forward. I really want to see what Skell and Bolognese are going to do here in the Batchat AP. They're fairly they're in a fairly similar setup to what Skell and Moore were last week on Ruinberg here, where they had that bit of a watch on the rotation. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like Caren Tiger are too likely to go for a rotation, being that team efficiency hasn't put too much pressure onto either of these flags just yet either.
Interesting that team efficiency have left Skell and Bolognese all the way down here in essentially their spawn. I mean, the idea behind this is for them to wait for a push for like 1 or 2 Caren Tiger members to come in through the one flag, sort of an aggressive push from the defensive side, from the defending side, but it's not going to be happening because Caren Tiger don't really want to do that. So they're kind of wasting their time.
Team efficiency is not really giving them the reason to do it. That's
yeah. Well, you're not.
I think when we see Bohan get onto this flag, maybe Safi push up towards that 113, something like that, that's when we will start to see some movement from Caren Tiger. Now, whether or not they just go straight across the field to get over to the 2 flag, or if they rotate through the town, is the important question here for team efficiency. Bohan just doing a good job of firing some HE in the direction of Maro. Get the damage when he can, but not too much. Here we go. We have lovely Safi with a very nice looking haircut on his picture there. 1,700 average damage dealt per game. Missing the very important stat of the most distance traveled, which is what he currently leads in, the average distance traveled per game.
Yeah.
But he is under a bit of pressure here. He's not... Oh, he's dead. Nope.
He didn't have a fire extinguisher.
No fire extinguisher, no clue. Rest in peace, Safi.
He's not going to be travelling the most distance this game because his tank is a corpse at the moment. It's a shell. And right now, Polly and Zenlon looks like they did actually try and push down a little bit, but decided against it once they found some resistance. Good little move there. And now, Caren Tiger, actually from the town, so they're getting a little bit aggressive now, getting some spots out.
Yeah, this is a bit risky for Caren Tiger. Actually, they've allowed the guys from Team Efficiency to actually deal a fair bit of damage over to them. They need to respond with some damage of their own. Bohan takes a shot. Party as well. He's in a risky position, but actually looks like he's going to get around the corner here okay, so he's fine. I'd say that small passage of play, including the kill onto Safi, definitely favoured Caren Tiger, but Team Efficiency have done a pretty good job of sticking in this one in terms of the HP.
Yeah, 100%. Team Efficiency not looking bad at all. This one, I think with Bohan and Party pushing up there in those 113s, now is when Caren Tiger in the town have to be a little bit cautious.
Team Efficiency really need to get rid of Maro. He's being such a pest for those guys, those heavy tanks right now. He's going to get heaps of shots into the side. Lucky for Bohan to actually bounce that one there, but really he is going to be such an incredible form of pressure for Caren Tiger here that it's something that Team Efficiency is going to have to answer to. Is it going to be Bolognese and more in those bat chats, or in the bat chat AP and the bat chat? To do it, I mean, this is all over the place at the moment for Team Efficiency. They need to get together.
Yeah, they do, and they're just letting free damage go over to them. Party's going to be going down. Bohan's surely going to be going down here soon as well. And my issue is they didn't really coordinate that push. There was just a few 113s that went up into the town. Like, JT's not really helping. Skell wasn't helping. Bolognese, I don't think, was doing too much. Like, what was everyone on Team Efficiency doing? Why make the push if you don't have the tanks to back it up, I guess?
Yeah, I really feel like they've kind of put too many of their eggs in one basket. They've tried to rely really on that rotation play from Caren Tiger, and it just hasn't happened here. They're still sticking in there in terms of the HP. Look at how Kurai and Mordame, if those two tanks go down, there's a very real possibility Team Efficiency can find something here, but looks like Moore's been caught out, and that might be just a little bit too much to come back from now.
Yeah, Moore not looking too healthy there with 211 HP, and I'm still confused as to what JT's doing. I don't know if he's actually getting shots towards the town in that little kind of E5 area there or not, but I guess Bowl as well needs to try and make some work happen. And yes, but JT is actually getting shots in towards the town there. Just
Crucial
like that
shot,
one.
crucial
Big
shot
shot,
for JT.
big shot.
Yep.
So that's what he's doing. And he's doing it well, I guess.
Yeah, he did hit that shot. It was a nice shot. Didn't have much time to work with, but he got it. And, well, it just brings one back for team efficiency, but they need to get, well, they definitely need to get Hellcry without Hellcry firing more than, say, 1 or 2 shells. Like, if Hellcry gets another whole clip off, then he's probably got his worth out of that AMX 50B. Bolognese still hanging around here, just trying to spot the tanks in the town. There's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left for team efficiency to work with, so they will need to pull the trigger relatively shortly.
Yeah, and there's obviously no point for Caren Tiger to try and push in Caren Tiger on the defensive side. They've got a fairly stable hold on both of these flags, and if they wanted, I'm sure they could just leave Zenlon here. But look at this. We are going to be seeing JT pushing in, Bolognese and more going to be following up that push in towards the town.
Well, they have to do this, and they've chosen probably the right time to do it. Bolognese, can he catch Yupa off guard here? If he can get a couple of shots into Yupa, that is going to be great. Even if he trades, he's got the HP to work with. It's so important that he takes down Yupa here. So important that Hellcry goes down as well. JT is waiting to see if Yupa's going to push back. Actually, he had a shot on him, and he drops him down to 604 by 641. I think he might have set him on fire. That's a free kill, essentially, for team efficiency. Bolognese takes a couple of shells, but it's not too bad. The main problem here for TE is that timer.
Yes, that's right. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. They need to keep on pushing.
What is Skell doing?
I have no idea what Skell's doing there in B1 out of all
If he's
places.
going to sit there, he needs to get on the cap, and he needs to cause some sort of problems for Caren Tiger. Maybe he can rotate around the back here, but he's going to find Zenlon. He doesn't have the damage to clip Zenlon out, I don't think, with just 5 shells. I think he's got, what, probably, yeah, not quite enough, unless he gets some pretty nice rolls. And, well, he's going to have to deal with Hellcry as well, who's keen to fire some shells in his direction. It's 3 versus 4. We've seen one of those team efficiency players go down. Bolognese gets dropped as well, and there won't be the trade. JT's not going to be able to pick up Akio V, and I think this is all said and done. Caren Tiger should be able to comfortably pull this one through.
Yep, this should be a win here for Caren Tiger as Skell goes down, and JT with 2k HP is in an IS-7, so there's no way he's going to be able to dart around the map and finish off Caren Tiger in the next minute or so, unfortunately. So it should be a pretty solid win to them. Overall, team efficiency here, look, they've given it a good crack, but I just felt as though they lost a few too many tanks early on.
JT's getting his farm on, though. He's really padding those stats once again. You know, he wants to stay sitting up towards the top of that average damage dealt. He's currently the top average damage dealer per round.
He's missed that one.
He has missed that one, but he'll have time for another reload here. Oh, unless Hellcry gets around behind him. He's dead now. See you, mate.
See you, mate.
But he hit probably 4 or 5 good shots there, so I'd say he's probably sitting around 2.5 to 3k damage. So which would be pretty good. Anyway, they lost, so it doesn't really matter too much. Caren Tiger starting off nicely on Ruinberg. They were on the defensive side, though, so I think, you know, that's fair enough. Team efficiency probably shouldn't be too bothered by that loss.
Yeah, look, I think TE, they're definitely going to pull back here on their defensive side. They didn't look too bad. Just a few little issues. I think the 113 play by Caren Tiger, putting Maro out down the bottom there to spot out all of team efficiency out in that 0 line really worked well for Caren Tiger. I think team efficiency just got caught out off guard a little bit by that, and they couldn't take him down fast enough. He was able to get so many shots in towards their heavies as they were pushing into the town. That was a big problem. Yeah,
definitely. A lot of problems there for team efficiency. They really didn't look like 100% there on Ruinberg. Like, they felt like they were kind of just trying to get some sort of strategy. They were trying to force a strategy too much, almost, it seemed like. And when Safi went down as well, that was really quite a difficult thing to come back from for team efficiency, because obviously in that tier 10 backchat, he didn't get a whole lot done. He got set on fire, which is a little bit unlucky, but it had already taken quite a lot of damage. So it wasn't a great start to that one for team efficiency, and it was always going to be difficult for them to come back. It was quite good how close they managed to get it to be, but they just didn't have enough in the end to pull it back.
Well, what can you do? I guess sometimes that's just the way the tracks fall off. And, well, now Caren Tiger, they've got to set their sights on winning the attacking side here on Ruinberg.
Well, let's have a look at the replays before we get too far into that discussion about the second half of this one. It was a good shot here from Bohan. Actually, I didn't even realize
that was a trade.
He went unspotted. It was, you know, like, that's pretty much the best situation he could have got out of that one. And Bohan was doing a pretty good job in that 113, I think. Another good shot there by JT as well. Not an easy one to hit, but not a terribly difficult one. But still, let's have a look at the battle stats. And there, what? How did he manage to do that much?
Oh my goodness, 5.9 thousand.
I thought I had a bit of a conservative estimate at about 3K, but to see him do almost 6, that's well. JT's a damage machine.
He is. He's legit a damage machine. Like,
and that's just like even Accio V here with 3.9K. That's exceptional.
Yeah, that's exceptional. But it just looks like
he's been eclipsed.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, 3.9K. You call that damage? I'll show you damage. But yeah, Bolognese there in the Batchet AP. Look, Bowl didn't do too badly. 1,300 damage. Party and more, however, 10 shots fired for Party with 0 damage. 15 shots fired for more with 0 damage. So it's all well and good having JT pad your stats with 6k damage, but then you probably want to be dealing more than 0 when you fire a combined total of 25 shots.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Even Safi managed to do more damage than he only fired 1 shot. I'd be giving them a good ribbing if I was Safi.
I'd be giving them a massive ribbing. Absolutely, they deserve it. But
well, I think we know where the issues lie here for team efficiency. They need to be getting all of their tankers to be doing damage, and hopefully in the second half they're going to be able to do that. They did look exceptional on the second half, or on the defensive half, I should say, of Ruinberg against Meltdown. They took some very, very early picks. They got a great pick onto a FV215B with their own AMX 50Bs. So there is potential here for team efficiency to come back and bring it back to a 1-1. I said early on in the piece I thought it was going to be a 1-1 here on Ruinberg. I'm going to stick by it.
Yep. Well, I'm going to stick by that as well. I think we will be seeing a 1-1 here on the Ruinbergs. And well, Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency both looking fairly strong heading into this one. I think whatever the final result of this battle will be, we are in for some good tanking, guys. And well, we get to sit here, have a nice little bit of dinner. Just had a bit of Thai. And yeah, you're enjoying your pad Thai, Jordan?
Trying to, when I'm not on camera. I'm being a little bit sneaky.
Yeah, yeah.
Always having a chew when I'm off the camera. So if you hear any in the middle of the game, you know what's going on.
Right. Well, we'll try and avoid that.
We will.
I managed to finish mine off in the break. So yeah, we can move on now to the next half on Ruinberg and take a think about what we might be seeing in terms of the tank picks. Caren Tiger here, wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe going for a few little different picks.
T110E3 is a possibility.
T110E3, maybe
Yupa likes that. IS4 though is a possibility for Yupa as well. Mousers, yes. Yeah. Maro, Zenlon, Nadeko, I think, picks up the mouse occasionally as well. So I would be surprised if we didn't actually see a mouse from Caren Tiger on the attack. It's been their go-to strategy. For team efficiency, 50Bs I would expect to see. 150B, 2 mouses for Caren Tiger. So we're on the board. We're on the board. Good prediction so far.
And I like the mouse. It's got a 65% win rate so far in WGL APAC, and it's been picked 23 times. So it's actually, statistically speaking, a very strong tank. And it is, because it's got 3,000 damage, 3,000 HP, it ricochets another 3,000 HP, and it hasn't got terrible damage.
And there is a T110E3 there as well for Caren Tiger. So good predictions from us, Alex. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that one.
Same. You know, maybe we could pat each other's backs.
Yeah.
Be a bit gay.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to touch you that much.
Yeah. That's all right.
But FV215B's there for team efficiency, 113 as well. You know, like FV215B is not something we see team efficiency picking up huge amounts, to be honest. Like, I would have been more expecting to see 2 or 3 50Bs there instead of 15Bs.
Yeah. I think so as well. That's interesting to see those ones picked. But look, the 2 15Bs, I mean, it can work out, and I think out of all of the maps, I don't mind it on Ruinberg the most.
Yeah, it is not a terrible tank, obviously. Got a very accurate gun, obviously, being a British heavy tank. I just feel like the DPM coming out from it, you know, it is good. We've seen some very good numbers from it, but I would prefer to probably see an extra 50B here.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit on the fence. I think an extra 50B, look, it can definitely work. Depends how you play it. If the other team has lots of auto loaders and they go for a push in,
Well,
then yes, the AMX50B is better.
Yeah,
But
I think maybe the thought process there for team efficiency was that, okay, if we pick the 50B, we maybe aren't going to have enough damage to clip out those mouses. We're going to need that consistent damage,
yep,
which the FE215B obviously
which
provides.
I like in
So,
that case.
Good thought process.
Yeah, exactly. Auto loaders against mouses don't really work that well because it's got 3,000 damage. You can't clip out a mouse in an AMX50B with one clip. Even two AMX50Bs will struggle to clip out a mouse.
Yeah, and if you waste two AMX50B clips on a mouse, that's a lot of potential damage missing from the real damage dealers on the opposite team. You need the 50Bs to be focusing on the bat chats, on the opposing 50Bs, even the bat chat APs to an extent. So I could definitely see the thought process there for team efficiency. How well they're going to be able to execute it, given the fact that they don't pick the FE215Bs all that much, is my real question here.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about the mouse as well, is it's got 325, sorry, the AMX50B as well, it's got 325 mils of pen with that top tier gun. And against the mouse, it's like about 5 millimeters on average lower than kind of most of the other tier 10s we see with 330 mils. So even that little, but 5 millimeters less of pen that it has is going to make it harder, does make it harder to go through the mouses when we see them picked. Look, yes, all of these teams, all these players do use the gold rounds in our league, but going up against a mouse, it is never easy to penetrate that. It doesn't matter what tank you're in, pretty much.
Well, troublesome times now here for team efficiency. They're going up against Caren Tiger on Runeberg on attack, who have not yet lost on the attack of Runeberg. So some important moments coming out here for team efficiency. If they can finally crack the nut that is this strategy from Caren Tiger, then it's going to be a good situation for them. And I think if there is any team in the league, aside from probably EL Gaming, that can break this streak from Caren Tiger on the attack of Runeberg, it is team efficiency. They're a very well-researched team, a very well-drilled team. So they should have done their research. They should know what they were going to be up against. And I think they've picked adequately against it. And now it just comes down to the execution.
Yeah, exactly. I like the picks. They've obviously thought about it. They've obviously sat down and had a discussion in TeamSpeak or whatever they use. And they've said, okay, guys, Caren Tiger are going to be picking mouses. What do we need to pick to take this out of the defensive side here? And they've decided that they're going to be going with those 215Bs, and I think that's a smart move out of any other tank. I mean, yeah, you can go with the 113s, but I still feel for a brawl situation, the FE215B does work a little bit better because the FE215B, it's got pretty solid hull armor as well at the front there, solid turret. It's not easy to go through. 2.5k HP.
Yeah, it's a pretty healthy tank. It's a pretty good matchup in sort of the situation against a mouse. You just need to be getting that consistent damage out. You can't be trading shots because the mouse has a little bit more alpha than the FE215B, and of course it has a lot more HP to work with and a bit more armor. So generally speaking, in that sort of a trade situation, if you're trading one shot for one shot, the mouse will win. Just needs to be the FE215B getting a couple more sneaky shots out on the reloads of the mouse. But enough theory crafting. Let's have a look and see how it goes in practice here for team efficiency.
Okay, let's wait and see. So, early on, I'm going to be seeing Caren Tiger here, just getting a few shots up towards, where are we? We're at F-line here, towards out of the town. Maybe some blind firing shots to try and catch out team efficiency as they crossed. This party's actually spotted out, or potentially spotted out AQOV there, or just blind firing.
Well, he's got plenty of time for a reload here. Doesn't need to be too bothered by wasting a few shells there. Hasn't managed to do all that much damage with it. But more Dame has been tagged up a little bit. So not a bad start for team efficiency. Yeah.
Dame looking pretty good. Going to be heading down towards that 2 flag as we've got also from Caren Tiger, Hellcry, one more sitting up towards the 2 flag at the moment. Caren Tiger, look, they're just gathering information with those 2 tanks down there near the 2 flag. They know obviously lots of team efficiency are in the town. Probably going to be those FE215Bs, the 113 even, which is up near the 1 flag.
What's Polly doing here?
And the WZ132, that's a very good question what he was doing there, but he's made his way. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting little spot that he's made his way into.
Yeah.
Don't think it's particularly useful, particularly for a WZ132, which isn't going to be ricocheting anything. But I suppose
if you're the last tank alive in a pub game, that's a good spot to go.
Yeah.
Good farm damage. People are going to try and drive over those things. And
yeah.
Plenty of farming to be done when they're showing you their lower front plates at a nice angle to shoot.
Yeah. Do you like showing people your lower front plate, Jordan?
No, I hide my lower front plate because I'm a good player.
Yeah. Very cool. Nadeko here in the mouse. Going to be pushing out towards that 2 flag, as well as his friend Mara. So I think what we're going to be seeing here is a stock standard 2 flag push. Polly is actually probably just there in that C2 area so that Caren Tiger know exactly what's coming for them once they make this push on towards the 2 flag here. And you know, as we always see with the Mousers, it's always a push on towards the 2 flag. And I think as soon as they get out there, that's just what they're going to do. They're going to head out, press W towards the 2 flag. We're going to see a bit of a brawl. Polly's going to be able to spot out Safi and Bohan if both of them rotate there through the 1 line, and that's essentially the defense that Caren Tiger are using for Yupa. So he's going to have an early warning sign of any of the team efficiency players that push through there. I guess we can also just kind of illustrate that as well. So
Casa.
yeah, we can see that WZ here is going to be able to spot out that bat chat whenever the bat chat comes down here to try and come down there through Yupa. Try and get Yupa, and then Yupa should be safe with that much advanced knowledge. And
Caren Tiger are going to have to remove Skell from that position. He's going to be spotting those 2 Mousers whenever they try to push forward.
I mean, look, Skell being there, it's not the end of the world for Caren Tiger, honestly, because, I mean, the Mousers, they're Mousers. They get spotted anyway, whether they push forward, you know, sneakily or not.
True.
So the question is whether they do want to try and take him out just so that he's not able to put shots into the sides of the Mousers, which I'm sure even the RU-251 on a 90-degree angle should be able to get a few in. But Mouse is already taking a few little shots there.
Oh. Bohan, I think, was the one to connect that shot. I'm not too sure, but still, good little bit of damage going into Morrow. Still, the HP advantage very much favouring team efficiency here. Caren Tiger yet to put an indent into team efficiency, and this is not what you want to be doing when you have a Mouse just crossing an open field. There's going to be so much free damage there for Moore, getting shots into the back of those 2 big German heavy tanks. JT finds the first kill of this one, but Moore gets traded out straight away. Not a bad start here for Caren Tiger overall, but they have lost a lot of HP, so there's going to be some difficulty coming back into things. Team efficiency, I think, have just had a little bit too much work done early on in the piece, but Safi's been set on fire again.
Oh my goodness, Safi, take a fire extinguisher next time, please. Hellcry there with a great little bit of focus fire on towards Mr. Safi as well, and well, suddenly Caren Tiger, their tanks just aren't going down. Polly's alive on 20 HP. Lots of damage is spread out between all of them.
Bol's done a good shot there into Hellcry. It's damaged his ammo rack. The repair kit does come out. And I think Team Efficiency have done enough early on in the piece. Even though they lost the first couple of tanks, they were able to trade things back here. And these 2 Mousers have just been driving around the map, trying to find somewhere to shoot at, but they're just too slow.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, really. They just have not had that much of an impact. As soon as Team Efficiency saw those high priority targets, you know, the bat chats, the WZ132 in Poly, it just was not enough. So just like that, Caren Tiger should be going down here. The Mousers on 44 and 1000 HP respectively. Look, they've ricocheted a lot of damage right there, ricocheted a lot of shots, but at the end of the day, I just don't really understand why Caren Tiger wouldn't have gone for a bit more of a stock standard 2 flag push rather than trying to muck around with the Mouse and, you know, trying to move it anywhere. That's the issue with the Mouse. You can't move it anywhere because it's a Mouse. So if there's a fight, like, you should always try and have your fights in positions where you know the enemies are going to come to you in the Mouse. So sit them on the 2 flag, you know, sit them around there. But
Well, good stuff from Team Efficiency.
1-1.
1-1 on Runeberg. Pretty expected, to be honest. Both teams picking up the defensive side there. So, you know, we thought this was going to be a close matchup, and that just goes to show, you know, how close these 2 teams are. They've started off with a win apiece.
Yep. Win a piece. And at the end of Runeberg, not too surprising is that one. And now we just have to focus on our next map, which I do believe is Steps.
It is Steps, and it's Team Efficiency's pick. Interesting to pick from Team Efficiency as well, because we didn't see much of it from them last week.
There you go. Will be interesting to see Steps. But Runeberg, to touch back on that, obviously those Mousers, really, we're probably not expecting them to be too high up in the damage stats, even though they were the last tanks alive there for Caren Tiger. I feel as though they just didn't really hit the mark for CT in that one, and all credit where credit's due. Team Efficiency played the Mousers very well, played against the Mousers very well even. And if they just even push towards the 2 flag with the Mousers and just did a standard 2 flag push, I feel as though Caren would have had a much higher chance just to make them effective, really.
I think they were a little bit lucky even to get a kill actually onto Moore, was Caren, because Moore was so far back there.
Yeah.
He got most of his damage out. He could have very easily just snuck below the little bit of a ridge that is there on that roadway. But unfortunately for him, he didn't get down in time, so they did get the kill there. But I think, you know, that's something that even the dice roll kind of went the way of Caren, and they still weren't really able to pick up a victory. So it was a good performance from Team Efficiency. They did what they had to do. They got the early damage out. They negated the advantage that the Mousers gave Caren, which is that big health pool, and then they just went from there.
Yep. That's pretty simple, I guess. And Team Efficiency, they're going to be a little bit happy going into steps that they don't have to deal with Caren on the attack of Ruinberg again.
Yep.
And Ruinberg, I don't know. I actually think it's one of my favourite maps to watch because we do see these interesting picks like the T1, T3, like the Mousers coming out, and you know, all manner of things. Very dynamic map.
I'm still a fan of Ghost Town, but let's talk about that later when we get there. Have a look first at the post-battle stats there. JT again leading the charge. 8k damage so far, or a little bit over 8k, probably almost 9k damage so far in 2 games.
Yeah,
so really padding them stats, mate. Padding them stats. I'm watching you.
Padding them, but it's not easy to pad them stats. I'm sure if I tried to pad my stats by going into a game like this, I wouldn't get 3.3k damage in an FV215B.
No, probably not.
Probably not, but Nadeko in the mouse, look, he stayed alive for long enough to deal 2.1 thousand damage in that one with 12 shots fired. Safi and Party did a little bit of work this time, which is good to see. I wonder where Moore is on the scoreboard after his 0 damage performance last round. Hopefully a little bit further up. 727, so not too high up.
Yeah, you got a couple of shots into the back of the Mousers, but then he got wrecked.
Yeah.
Even Skill out damaged him.
Likes a little bit more than that from Mr. Moore, but not to be the case. And Akiovi in his batch had dealt 0 damage. So that's quite disappointing. But yeah, the WZ1 through 2, interesting that we're seeing that a little bit more.
Yeah, it is getting a little bit more played. It's a bit of a fun tank. I mean, you know, it's just another light tank, I think, really. Like, it can fulfill a fairly similar role to something like the RU251. Obviously, the 1390 shakes things up a bit. The T49 shakes things up with the derp gun and the autoloader, but, you know, it's just a good light tank, really. Gives a little bit more protection, a bit of a bouncier turret, but it is a tier 8 light tank in a tier 10 game, so how many shells are you going to really bounce?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really change much. It just means that, you know, you're probably not going to be able to have a RU251 fire HE at you and go through, I guess, the turret. So not much. But overall, it's time for steps. Where I don't think we're going to be seeing too many WZ132s. Might be seeing an Udes.
From Caren or Team Efficiency, I don't see it so much. Maybe from Caren, I don't expect we're going to see it coming out. From
Yeah,
Team
actually true. Both of these teams don't really play the Udes too much. So, and actually, fun fact, the Udes has a round about 30% win rate so far in WGL APAC. It's not great.
I thought it was better than that.
No, it's actually terrible.
Yeah. Probably because team from the Coalition Zoo picking it up quite a lot.
Probably. Sizzle.
Well, you know, it is what it is. Team Efficiency here, I think they're just going to sit with that RU251 if they go on the defensive side. Obviously, we saw Skell in that last week on steps, doing a pretty good job, having a ball, really, up above that 2 flag.
I love it.
And I think Caren very similar, probably just going to go with the RU251.
Yeah, RU251. I would say so as well. Probably not going to be expecting too much else unless they push a bat chat up there or something, which I don't think that they'll do.
We don't really see that in APAC, do we? Like, you can actually boost a bat chat up there if you kind of have a bit of a buddy system. You get the first bat chat and then the second bat chat knocks him up.
Dark used to do it last season.
Did they? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Didn't they try and push them up though, like with their entire team?
Yeah, and they.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Sorry, no, that was Gold Bass.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You can just knock it up. Like on the normal boost with the RU251, you just get a bat chat behind the first bat chat and you just knock it.
Yeah.
And it bounces up the first half.
I remember Gold Bass always used to do that with their entire team, and their entire team
never worked.
Took like 800 damage, and then it never worked.
Yeah. It
was
not a good time.
that was hilarious to watch. I wish we had Gold Bass back in the league sometime.
Rest in peace, Gold Bass.
Yep.
Rest in peace. But from the moment, it's only Team Efficiency and Caren, 2 teams very well versed in doing their own boosts, their solo boosts. We even saw Team Efficiency do a bit of a boost over towards the 1 flag last week. Safi was the one to do that, but he kind of dropped off the boost pretty much before he even started it. Like, he just opted to go back over towards the 2 flag because I think there was a push coming into the 2 flag when he was trying to do the boost.
That's right. Well, of course, Steps, it is a map with lots of boosts and generally 2 methods of attack. The slow 2 flag push or the fast 1 flag push as well. Down the river, potentially, we could be seeing one of a number of things there. But
there we go. It's a curveball. It's the UDES from Team Efficiency.
It's the UDES and Caren Tiger. They've got the SU-14 too.
And an STRV.
And an STRV. So
wow.
Okay, I'm loving both of these tank picks.
Who plays the UDES on Team Efficiency? That's my question.
I think it's probably Scalp.
Maybe.
I mean, we'll see, but yeah, it's my bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, the SU-14 too, actually one of my favourite artillery pieces. I did used to own it. I sold it, but...
it's my favourite, but I sold it.
Yeah.
All right, well, Skell is going to get
a
bit of a help on this. Wait, what? Oh, it's Deco. They're on. Oh, it's Caren Tiger on the defensive side. So the UDES can do the solo boost. This STRV can't. So he's going to get a bit of a boosting hand here. See if they get it. Yep, looks like they've got it. So he should be fine to get up the rest of the way himself. But what this is going to allow Team Efficiency to do in the meanwhile is that they're going to get heaps and heaps of control over the map, over towards the one side.
Yep. So good on Team Efficiency for taking advantage.
Uh-oh, Nadeko's falling. Oh, yep, he's up. Ooh, this angle, I think it's the angle of the camera makes it look so much worse. Like, look at how sheer that drop is, but when you look from this angle, it doesn't look so bad.
Looks even worse today.
Oh, no, he's not got it. Oh, and Bohan's taken down Opalisk. What?
Oh, no!
Where even was Opalisk?
He was right where Maro is.
Oh, dear. Is Maro using Opalisk as a shield? Is that the intention?
It better not be the intention. The SU-14-2 can be used for more than a shield. I think I need to start a...
Oh, they're going to try and go for the boost again. Oh, I'd love to see Team Efficiency spot this out. He is a shield.
Oh my god, can they stop using SU-14-2s as a shield? It's a good arty. I swear.
Alex is going to cry. Okay, they've got him up this time, again. Now it's up to Nadeko. You know, they've used up a lot of time doing this boost.
But, in saying that, they haven't really sacrificed too much.
Yeah. Well, they actually need to get up the boost. Nadeko actually needs to get up the boost for it to be worthwhile. Oh, I think he's got it this time. Yep, nicely done. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. So...
Like...
Purpose of that, oh, they're going to send it a batch out of the boost as well? What is Caren Tiger doing?
Oh, no! They missed it! Oh! This is fun. This is like they're just playing, like, tank snooker.
This is really... I don't understand why you would put an STRV and a batch out on the boost. You know? Like, surely one is enough. I'm even questioning the STRV, to be honest, because I feel like the UDES can do that job while taking less tier points.
But then you don't have an SU-14-2 shield.
Caren Tiger's just gone nuts.
Hey, they've gone crazy. I'm loving this.
They've gone crazy, B. I think he's got it.
Yep. Man, that's how you do a boost. Hellcry's the man there. He got that easy.
Well, he just wanted to farm the damage. Okay, well, Skell actually gets spotted out there, and he's taken a little bit of damage. Accio V takes some in response. Nice shot from JT, but Skell goes down. Ooh. Now things start to get a little bit interesting here.
Yep. I love watching JT just to see how he does all of that damage. It's,
he just redline snipes.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
Really?
Trust me, I know him.
Fair enough.
Look at how close to the red line he is.
Well, look, if it works, it works. But anyways, right now Maro is spotted out, and Team Efficiency still have no idea that those two guys are on the boost. So, I mean, it's not. I actually don't mind it because T don't know that they're there. If T try and go for the one flag, they can't anymore because they don't have a oods.
Yeah, that's the problem. Really, losing Skell there is a big deal.
Yeah. And also, Caren Tiger have the IS-7 shield in the SU-14 too, which I don't actually understand why you don't just pick, like, I don't know. Because it's not even hold out. It's just like a rock. Like, anyways.
Okay, well, I'm thinking team efficiency is probably going to be feeling a little bit bewildered right now as to what's going on. So I'd like to listen in and see what they're saying.
If he can spot the UDS, obviously he can spot the...
No, on this side of the track.
This
5
Can
minutes.
we run in the low part?
Same.
Yeah.
We have to kill IS-7 and then they're going to counter push with Bad Chats and E5 and that.
We have
so,
5 minutes, so we need to do something now.
To shoot here. Is it hard?
you'll get shot by S-Tank.
Yeah, S-Tank boosted.
It's not going to be a good trade. So we basically have to get rid of the IS-7 with 2 bat chats. 2 bat chats, the other 2 bat chats will cover.
Yeah, we just need, guys, I think we need firing lines here. We need 2 batchets poking up here, hammering here. The 140 might be worth poking over if we need firing shots. We need probably 3 tanks here. Just aim
I'm
on
just
the...
drive over.
I'm going back here,
point blank.
protect go with Safi.
I'm unlit, just, yeah, come around.
Yeah, so we get 2 batchets here, clipping here. They're going to poke on us at the same time. So we just need to make sure
you
we...
could just hide behind the wreck. Yeah, I think you got to
Yeah,
go
why don't you just come this way?
And the other
You
2
don't
could
get
like
lit.
cover fire.
What are we doing?
Okay, well, I'm
Like
coming
what we
over.
said.
I'm
Well,
coming
let's
over.
go then. We have 4 minutes,
So we
so...
need 2 batchets over here then. Me
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Party.
Duffy, you're gonna
Don't
get
get
lit.
spotted.
We should get other batch chats here for if they counter push too.
Boss, you stay here.
Yeah.
Stay here. Since F is going to go up north.
You want me in mid? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now they know we're going.
Nah,
Didn't you get spotted?
I got lit.
Nah.
I didn't actually think the IS-7 would pick me up, but no one else is.
Binox.
Okay, so me and Party are moving. Can we actually get up there, Party?
Yeah, you can.
Just go over, drop over.
We just need to pre-aim here as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down so quickly, I reckon.
2 more shots. One more shot, Safi. There you go.
Fuck, I'm
Defend,
dead.
defend up,
Back
defend
up
up,
high.
defend up.
I'm tracked.
STLV tanks up.
Guys, you need to now attack, I guess.
All right, well, Team Efficiency have removed that threat of the IS-7, but they've traded 2 bat chats in doing so. Not sure if that was necessarily worthwhile, but you could see how difficult the situation was for them to actually figure out what they had to do there and how they were going to do it. More goes down in the meanwhile. I think this one has been a very, very nicely played strategy from Caren Tiger, if I'm honest.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worked out perfectly. Caren Tiger there, S-Tank up on the hill there, doing a lot of work in taking the team efficiency guys down, and Bohan right there, we can see he's just taking some hits. I just don't think that, yeah, there's no way that team efficiency can take out those 2 members on the hill in 2 minutes.
Yeah, and well, there's Bolognese going down as well. They've actually spotted out the players on the hill. JT's still in the Object 140. He's farming some more damage, man. I swear, all he does in this game is just farm damage.
Yeah, legit. It's,
Don't want to fire into the upper front plate of the T125. Aim for the cupola. He's going for the lower front plate now that the T125 is trying to charge into him. But look, it's all over, really, anyway, for team efficiency. There's nothing that JT can do to pull him out of this one. And Caren Tiger pull off the win on the defensive side of steps.
There we go. Pretty convincing win there by Caren Tiger.
That
and
was very interesting.
yeah, it was a good little insight when we jumped into Team Efficiency's team speak there on what they were thinking. I mean, obviously they identified the IS-7 as a bit of a critical threat. But at the end of the day, I think if you end up just YOLOing into an IS-7...
Well, they didn't really have any other options.
Yeah, it would have been tricky.
Like, I don't know,
Would have
maybe
been
they could have...
tricky.
Maybe they could have pushed the 2 flag and stayed very, very close to the mountain. That way the Batchat and the STRV couldn't shoot them from that direction.
That could have worked.
But I just don't know. Like, maybe in that case, I feel just like the Batchat and the STRV come off the boost and it's a 7v7. Well, it would have been a 7v6 because Scale was already dead.
Yeah. Very tricky.
6v6 because the SU-14 was dead as well. But you know what I mean.
Very tricky to call that one, I guess. But look, I think the SU-14 there it worked, and that was the first time that we have actually seen it work in that kind of shield role on that one. And I guess again, whenever we see that, that's what we've got to expect from it. Because unfortunately, these teams don't play it as the artillery piece, play it as a shield, which is fun and games.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what team efficiency is going to pull out here on the defensive side because, again, their backs are against the wall. They can't allow Caren Tiger to get 2 wins in a row. If that happens, that's when Caren Tiger has a very good chance at victory. But if team efficiency can keep pegging them back, going 1 for 1, they're still going to hang in this one.
Yeah, I think so as well. And look, team efficiency, they're best on the defensive sides. They've got a 90% win rate on defense. So.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the replays here of that one. And it's probably just going to be... Well, a bit of a mess from Caren Tiger, to be honest.
Bit of funny business.
Bit of funny business. They didn't have a great time getting that boost sorted, but once it did get sorted, you can see how effective it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is how they pushed into it. Safi, I mean, did he need to push all the way around there, or could he?
I think he did. I think he did.
Yeah.
Like, Party and Safi weren't going to get an angle there where they could pen the IS-7 both from the front. Party had a good one from the side because of the way the pike nose was angled. He was able to get some shells into the over-angled armor there.
Yep.
Safi had to get around behind and try and get some damage there. In the end, JT, again, up towards the top of the scoreboard there for team efficiency.
Only 2.3k damage.
But, yeah, that's pretty poor from JT, to be honest. I think, he's letting it slip.
Yeah. Up your game, JT. But Nadeko there with that S-Tank, 3.8 thousand damage in that one, 20 shots fired. And, well, Yupa in the T125 did a bit of work as well with 2k damage. Bowl, 1769 damage. Can't really complain about that either.
Yeah, it's only one clip, though, really coming out from him. And, yeah, that's a very sorry state for the guys on team efficiency. Bohan, yeah, he got a decent amount out, I guess, in a 113. But these bat chats... really not getting enough done. I mean, Party and Safi, they did what they had to do, and they got the job done, but they had to sacrifice so much for it. And that was really what the entire Caren Tiger strategy was built upon, was that team efficiency had to sacrifice too much to get rid of that IS-7.
Yep. And, well, that's a good strategy. It worked, I guess. The team efficiency played right into Caren Tiger's hands. Yeah. And just like that, it is 2-1. So I'm feeling pretty confident so far that we're going to be seeing what you predicted, Jordan, 1-1-1-1 on these first 2 maps. Here on Steps, but team efficiency, look, they've still got to defend it out against Caren Tiger.
Yep.
And with the
it's not going to be an easy task.
No, exactly. Like with the expertise that Caren Tiger's just shown there that they have on Steps, that was a very well thought out strategy. They have spent a lot of time thinking that one up and putting it into practice and actually using it in a WGL game, not just a scrim. So, props to Caren Tiger for doing that. I think team efficiency, whatever strategy they come into this one with, it's going to be hard for them to take out the win.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. But Caren Tiger's not going to be any pushovers, and it feels like Caren Tiger have really come into this one wanting to win quite a lot. I think this is a very good rivalry. It's going to be one that will build throughout the season as well between these two teams. I'd love to even see both of them at the finals or something like that. That would be a very, very good matchup if that were to be the case. But that's looking forward to the future a little bit too much, perhaps focusing on this one. Like I said, it really feels like Caren Tiger have come into this one with a lot of research and strategy in mind, how they want to play these games, how they want to map pick, and how they want to go up against Team Efficiency, who at the moment are one of their strongest contenders.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Caren Tiger here, you can see that desire to win in all of their plays. And hopefully, I'm really thinking that they'll show us something special here on the attack.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing something special from Team Efficiency on the defense as well. It's going to be the RU251, not too surprising for them. Pretty bargain at least as well.
Standard on both sides, I guess. Nothing particularly crazy, but Caren Tiger going to be going with that Object 140 for a little bit of kind of extended damage per minute. Team Efficiency, yeah, they've got the Bat Chats, they've got Kranwagen. I like the Kranwagen here on Steps. One of it, not going to go wrong. Probably going to boost the RU251, I guess.
I would suspect so.
Let's have a look. Did you know, Jordan, the Kranwagen, colloquial name for it was actually Wrecker.
Wrecker, huh?
Wrecker, because they thought about mounting a 150mm gun to it.
That's pretty edgy.
Yeah.
Wrecker. Okay, well, Skell is doing the boost. Looks like he's managed to get it first time.
At least get the first stage. Be able to get it, but Bohan there has
he's
been
got it.
spotted out, and he's going to be spotting out a few members of Caren Tiger. Looks like CT making an early push.
Opalisk is just sitting out in the middle of the open there, and he's still not spotted, is he? I don't think so.
That is...
If Bolognese just peeked his head above the tracks there, Opalisk is done.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is crucial now. Opalisk knows he's spotted. He has to move. Bohan surely can get a shot into him. Nope, doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Oh, yep, there goes one.
Yep.
Opalisk does take at least one shot, so that's what Team Efficiency needed to do. JT needs to be careful that he doesn't use up too many shells here. If he is clipping and Caren Tiger pushes over, it's not going to be a good time. Oh, it's going to be the case. He needs to make this last shot count because he is going to go down.
Yeah, this is not looking good here for Mr. JT and the Kranwagen.
He needs some backup as well from his teammates. They need to do damage, and they do damage. Polly goes down. Opalisk has already been picked up, and Hellkurai gets focused down by Team Efficiency. That's excellent work from Team Efficiency, and really, to be honest, pretty poor play from Caren Tiger. Like, they just pushed in there with no information available. They ran into the sight lines of, like, 4 bat chats, and that's never going to work out for you.
That was an absolute YOLO push there from Caren Tiger. That's not something I'd expect them to do in a million years, and it did not pay off. And one ricochet on the JT's turret doesn't matter. Like, Caren Tiger just bad move.
Yeah, Bowen just going keen right in onto Akio. He misses the shot. Oh, yeah, Bohan, please.
Bohan, please.
Should be able to clean this up, though. Shouldn't be a problem for him. And he has the backup as well. Like, it doesn't matter that he misses the shot there. In the end, he gets the job done. And, well, Caren Tiger falling apart.
Yeah, there we go. Very surprising to see Caren Tiger do something like that. Something so
he's on fire as well.
When, you know, that could have happened. That exact same thing could have happened when they lit up 3 members of Team Efficiency. So there was no reason to suspect that the other members were anywhere else. I guess maybe Caren Tiger just made the call and said, okay, well, let's go for the all-out brawl. Maybe they're all in this little area or something. We can fight them.
They knew that the Kranwagen was reloading, so they were like, okay, maybe that's going to be 1 tank worth of damage out of the game. But when you just fly over and you present the size of your tanks to a bunch of bat chats, it's never going to be a good time there. Team Efficiency is too good of a team to let that opportunity go begging.
Yep. And
they pick up an easy second half there on steps. So we're back to 2-2 here. Like I said, I thought it was going to be 2 1-1s on the first couple of maps, and then Ghost Town, the third map, where Team Efficiency started to pull ahead. So this is now where Caren Tiger need to start to be careful.
Very much so. Very much so, I think. And, well, Caren Tiger, look, I don't know whether they just thought maybe Team Efficiency had a few tanks pushing down towards the Caren Tiger spawn on that side, and maybe
but, that's the problem. They pushed in with no information.
I don't know. Yeah, like, it doesn't really make too much sense. I guess they could have potentially won an all-out fight if all of Team Efficiency's tanks were in there, but like you said, it was a very misinformed decision that they just had no info on. Like, maybe if Team Efficiency had an S tank, then you'd do a YOLO push into there because you'd know that an S tank would still struggle to hit, you know, tanks all the way there from the boost. But they didn't. So.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, it's a good little bit of breathing room there for Team Efficiency. Things were the pressure was starting to mount there. If that had been a very close match on steps, then Caren Tiger are in a good spot, even if they lost it. But that's kind of just given a lot of momentum over to Team Efficiency. They'll be feeling good. They've hit their shots. The blood's pumping after that one. I think Team Efficiency, you know, even though there's a bit of a break now between the next map, I think they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable heading into Ghost Town. So again, it's going to be a bit of a slugfest here. We're going to see lots of 50Bs. Both these sides are very, very happy to use the 50Bs. Even the E100 could come out a little bit here from Team Efficiency. We've seen Bohan in the E100 last week, so there's lots of potential picks here for Team Efficiency and Caren Tiger on Ghost Town, but we'll discuss that in a sec. Let's first have a look at the replays here and take a look at the focus fire from Team Efficiency here.
Yeah. So we can see
Polly, the low HP tanker, goes down, and then Hellkurai goes down. No one even has taken any damage on the other 4 or 5 tanks of Caren Tiger before those 2 tanks get taken out. Good stuff from Party. I mean, good stuff across the board, really, there from Team Efficiency.
Oh, JT, 7th in the damage dealt. What are you doing, JT?
What a noob.
What a noob. He must be so disappointed he had to play the Kranwagen there instead of a bat chap.
Yeah.
Can't farm damages easily. Ah, well.
Who is the remaining player that's missing here? Bolognese. Oh, come on, Bol, step up. It's your first game in the WGL APAC Season 2. Get that damage out, mate.
Yeah, even Skell got 1800 damage in the AE251.
And Skell was on the boost as well when that fight sort of
That's
started.
a lot of damage for an AE251 that's on the boost. He did set someone on fire, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But there we go. Bolognese, 1000 damage in his bat chat. So not a bad number to have at all. But Polly in the bat chat there just got absolutely exploded. Nadek on the object 140, got nothing off either. 8 shots fired, 647 damage dealt, which is pretty poor by any standards. So here we go, back to the drawing board on Seps for Caren Tiger. But next up, it is Ghost
Town, indeed. And this is, yeah, it's a pretty decent map for both of these teams. I mean, Caren Tiger struggled a little bit on it against Horseman earlier on in the piece this season, but they did have some really good matches on it last season. They like the 50Bs, obviously, as a tank. 50Bs work very nicely on Ghost Town as a result. They have pretty good times on Ghost Town generally, but similar does Team Efficiency. I do like this map for Team Efficiency. I think they've got a chance here of 2-0ing it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised actually to see a 2-0 from Team Efficiency. I think, think about what was Caren Tiger's last match on Ghost Town? It was against...
I'm pretty sure it was actually against Horseman because they were going to play it against Coalition Zoo, but they ended it faster than,
Right.
you know, they finished it before Ghost Town.
Yeah, right, okay. Interesting. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like a super strong map for Caren Tiger.
Oh no, they played one half on Ghost Town against Coalition Zoo, which they won, and they won the defensive side. Remember they had a Udes on the boost?
Of course. That's right,
Or
yeah.
Coalition Zoo had a Udes on the boost, and Caren Tiger kind of just pushed into it.
Yep.
But they still won, so...
Yeah, no, that was an interesting one. I think Team Efficiency here, like you said, wouldn't be surprised to see it go to a 2-0, but again, if Caren Tiger win one...
Again, yeah, like, it wouldn't be surprising.
Wouldn't be surprised.
There's not much between these two teams at the moment.
No. They're very, very evenly matched teams, and to see these two teams at such a high level of skill this season that are so evenly matched. You know, by the end of last season, we rarely saw games that were this close at this high of a skill level. So it's really good to see, I think. And you know, if Team Efficiency and Caren Tiger keep on improving throughout the season, then
I do think across the board, APAC is a bit stronger than it was last season. Obviously, Big Gaming's dropped off a little bit, but the general caliber of that 2 to 5 sort of positions at the moment is looking stronger than it was last season.
Because the teams play more regularly this season as well. You know, we've got 3 match days a week: Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And I think the roster changes most of the teams have made have worked out pretty well too.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. And obviously last season we started off with 12 teams. So, and now it's only 8. So, yeah, there we go. But let's take a look at what tanks.
IS4, that's going to be Yupa, Udes for Caren Tiger as well on the defense. Not really too many curveballs out of this one, actually. The 50Bs for Team Efficiency, very common bad APs. That'll probably be Safi and Skell. They actually have an IS4 of their own. I feel like maybe that'll be JT.
Yeah.
I've heard him talking about how he thinks the IS4 is going to be a good pick on Ghost Town, so we'll see whether or not my suspicion is correct. 113, I'd suspect, is probably Bowen, with more Bolognese and Party taking those AMX 50Bs.
Yep, fair call. And I think will be Zenlon in the Udes for Caren Tiger, that flex player for them. Played many different tanks so far this season.
Oh, I'm good. I'm really good.
You are really good, Jordan. But yeah, so Caren Tiger pushing the Udes up here, but in the meantime, we do see Team Efficiency wasting no time at all, heading towards one flag, right through the town. That's a good way to push through it. I like that.
Mordame is spotted out as well here. Skell just hanging around with the big AMX 50Bs, essentially what his big brothers. A little interesting to see him hanging around here in just about AP.
Oh, TE, they're going hard.
They are going hard. Safi's going incredibly hard. He's actually been tracked a little bit, or he's taken some damage to the track. Gets a bit of damage into Accio V, and look at this. Team Efficiency are keen for some blood.
Oh, yeah, they want metal right now, and they're going to find it in Marrow, but Bolognese has taken way too much damage.
Bolognese, have you forgotten how to play WGL? I think maybe you have, because that was a little bit messy. They're going to have to try and trade this one back, is Team Efficiency, but I think they pushed far too far in with these AMX 50Bs. Once the 50Bs are on the reload, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Moore needs to get a lot of work done here. How many shots does Safi have left in his clip? Enough to deal with Yupa, so it'll be a 2-for-2 trade overall at the moment. Is Caren Tiger going to pull ahead here? It looks like they might. Bohan and JT fighting the IS-7 of Mordame and the FP215B of Maro, so it's a pretty even sort of a setup there. And this is still really hard to call. It's so
Ricochet.
close.
Ricochet coming in there, and Mordame really just needs one more shot to go in towards him, and he will potentially be going down 491 HP. It's going to need to be a big shot. Bounce. Bohan needs to hit these. That's really crucial, and that only did 43 damage.
Scale, what? That might have been a bit of a ram. I don't know. Mordame, that's what a JT with the IS-4 410. That's not a terrible roll. It's not like you can blame a terrible roll for that one, but look, overall, that was just, yeah, not great from team efficiency. You could see so many bounces coming out on those heavy tanks. They've been fighting in the perfect spot for Zenlon here to just be farming damage.
Yeah.
And Bolognese charging in there like that, taking so much damage. Wasn't the greatest of starts for that one for team efficiency. So I was expecting a little better from team efficiency here, to be honest, on Ghost Town. But it seems like they've forgotten how to play the attacking side.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And Maro ends up squishing Safi for the end there. So not ideal.
Yeah, not ideal indeed, but a very quick round coming out there. And, well, the momentum that team efficiency would have got off that really strong win on Steps is now just, well, in the favour of Caren Tiger now.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame for team efficiency that they've let that momentum just go. And, well, guess it's back to the drawing board for them. I don't know why in that match there, why team efficiency, once they pushed through, they found the IS-7 around the corner, and then Bowl in particular, but it was also one other AMX-50B, more pushed through to the next corner. It didn't make sense. It's like they'd already, found two members of Caren Tiger that were somewhat segregated. Why not just take them out? Why push further and put yourself into more danger? Why not just get the tanks off the field, then have an opportunity to regroup, reload potentially?
It just felt like team efficiency got really hungry to get a pick there. And, they saw the opportunity. They saw the tank on its own, Mordame, I think it was, pretty far forward. And they're like, okay, let's go. And then the IS-4 was backing out, or the IS-7 was backing out, and they were just like, go, and they didn't stop when they needed to. They just kept going, and eventually they got drawn into the massive crossfire that Caren Tiger had got set up, and, they just got baited too far into their opponent's sort of setup and weren't able to really dig themselves out of that hole.
Yeah, that was a little bit ugly, I guess, but let's take a look at the replays from that one to see if we can identify what worked out really well.
Well, that did not work out very well for Bolognese. He even went a little too far forward here and started tanking shots from the guys in there. If he had have stopped in that little alleyway, then there was a better chance. But he kept pushing forward, and he ran into two separate crossfires from Caren Tiger and essentially lost all of his hit points before the game had even started. And I think that was really the mistake that team efficiency really couldn't afford.
Yeah. With the squish there in the end, and JT again 18-17 damage. That's not what he's going to be looking for his average damage dealt. But Maro in that IS-7 3.5k, big shout out to him. And I think the IS-7 can work very, very well here on Ghost Town, as Maro has just proven. The IS-4, less so. 7 shots fired, only 18-17 damage. Really be looking to get a little bit more than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the second half of the scoreboard is going to really tell the tale here. Moore probably got 3 or 4 shots off at best. Bolognese, I think, might have got maybe 1. But it's not going to be pretty here from number 8 to 14 for team efficiency.
Not going to be pretty at all.
Bol got 2, Moore got 3.
Yep. That is not ideal by any stretch of the imagination, unfortunately. But Bohan there as well in the 113, firing 5 shots, only connecting with probably 2 of them, maybe 2 and a kill, which is suboptimal. But interesting to see Yupa down the bottom there. We don't always see that from Caren Tiger. Only 1 shot fired in the AMX 50B rather. So I guess he just got primaried out first by team efficiency. Couldn't really do much. But yeah, 3-2 now. Do you think that team efficiency are going to come back here on the defensive side?
Surely they can come back. Like that was really poor play, but I think it's pretty easy mistakes to fix. Like they can look at that and go, we know what went wrong. 1, we pushed in way too far. We made a mistake with our calls. 2, we didn't hit our shots. You could see so many bounces coming off that FV215B. They needed to aim a little bit better. And they're pretty easy things to fix, I think. So team efficiency on the defense, I'm thinking it should be at least a 1-1 here now. I mean, I predicted a 2-0 for team efficiency, which is gone now, but I think they should be able to pull it off and bring it back to 1-1, which would put us at 3-3 and still a very competitive match to come.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to be locking in a 1-1 here on Ghost Town as well. It makes sense. Look, team efficiency and Caren Tiger, they're both obviously very confident on the map. They've gone 1-1 so far, and I think it makes sense for team efficiency to be able to pull off a solid defense.
But eventually, team efficiency is going to have to find the first win of the map, right?
Yeah.
Because if it keeps going 1-1, 1-1, 1 like this, it's going to be 5-4 for Caren Tiger and the tiebreaker. So team efficiency need to break this combo eventually, but for the moment, they want to keep that combo going. They want to get that win on the second half here of Ghost Town.
Yep, absolutely. And the second half here of Ghost Town, like I said, probably not going to be expecting team efficiency to pick the Udes again, unless Skell really wants it. But let's have a look.
Let's have a look and see what the tanks are going to be. Coming out here, it is a Udes from team efficiency.
Yeah, it looks like Skell is going to be wanting the Udes again. And we do see the E100. I don't mind one E100 here. I like Caren Tiger's lineup. That's pretty sturdy. They've got lots of AMX 50Bs, lots of bat chats, 2 WZ111s on the attack. That is pretty much as stock standard as you can get on Ghost Town, but very cutting edge at the same time, Jordan, because just put those WZ111s on towards that one flag, that northern flag up there, very, very easy to kind of get them hold down.
Yes, but the UDES is there, and that's the problem here for Caren Tiger. If they push in towards that one flag, it should be pretty straightforward for the resets for Skell.
Yeah.
Even if they are hold down.
You're not wrong, actually. You're not wrong. So I remember before last season, you picked this lineup and it was such an effort to get the reset. We saw so many caps last season on the one flag where these teams, just pushed in, sat 1 or 2 tanks on the flag, and the defending team, would shoot at them 10 times to try and get the reset, but never get one.
Okay, Caren Tiger going for something very similar to what we just saw Team Efficiency do. This is a little bit interesting. JT's going to back out to the friendly arms of his E100. Skell gets another shot into Accio V, and again, these teams just play so aggressively and so arrogantly as well.
Yeah, this is interesting, and Skell's just popping off the shots there. That's a big shot from Bohan as well.
Like, I'm really not sure what Caren Tiger is doing here, to be honest. Like, they are just walking into the guns of Team Efficiency and saying, please, shoot me. And Team Efficiency's like, okay, we'll do that. That sounds good. And now let's shoot some shots into the E100, waste all of our shots in our autoloaders, and see what happens. Okay, they've got a couple of kills. Now it's up to Team Efficiency to respond.
Yeah, T do really need to respond here, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Safi's coming around the back, Bol's coming around the back, Moore is coming around the back as well, and they're going to unleash hell as long as Safi hits his shots.
Come on, Safi, get your shots in.
There we go.
There we go. That's a good roll as well. He'll be happy with that one. Doesn't really get too many great rolls in his bat chat, or at least he likes to think that. But in the end, Party goes down as well. We do need to see another kill or two here from Team Efficiency. Polly needs to go down. He does. Yupa needs to go down here as well, but Maro as well pretty low on HP. I think Team Efficiency should be able to wrap this one up pretty easily. Moore in his 50B. I'm actually a little bit perplexed as to why he's not decided to push forward there. Scared that someone's hanging around. I think maybe more Dame is the one that he's scared of, but in the end, I think this is a pretty easy win for Team Efficiency. And like Caren Tiger, I just don't understand what the thought process is there. Like, they've dropped so many shots of their autoloaders into the E100, and you always knew, even though they got those initial 2 kills, that Team Efficiency was going to come in with those bat chats and just remove them from the game.
Yeah, like, that was confusing. And letting Skell and the Udes just fire right down at them and, take so much damage from that. Not a great maneuver there from Caren Tiger.
Oh, well, they're going to need to kill JT here. They absolutely need to pick this one up. JT should be off the reload relatively shortly. He's going to get the kill. Actually, no, it's Safi to get the kill onto Yupa. JT fires his shot into Nadeko, I think, and, well, that is going to be the book closed here for Caren Tiger. It's just Mordame left alive, and there's nothing that he can do up against these 4 tanks of Team Efficiency. So, a very, very similar result as to what we saw in the first half there. I don't think these teams are giving each other enough respect.
No, not at all. I think Caren Tiger, they're just doing the exact same thing.
Like, they're making the same mistakes that Team Efficiency has just made.
I don't understand why they would think that would turn out differently. And it was actually worse for Caren Tiger to do that because they were pushing into an E100.
Yeah.
And they pushed into an E100 and Focus Fire, they clipped an E100 with their AMX 50
An E100 and an IS-4, I think, were the 2 tanks that they came up against. And it's like, well, these are the 2 tanks that you don't want to be shooting at because they're the 2 tanks that aren't going to be the ones coming
Yeah.
around from the back and clipping you, which incidentally is what happened there. So
Yeah.
good play from Team Efficiency with the 50Bs, with the bat chats, but poor play from Caren Tiger pushing in there like that.
Well, I think we can probably write that down off the effective strategy list on Ghost Town there to kind of do a YOLO push past the one flag in the city. So hopefully these teams have learnt that from this one. But guys, why don't you let us know what your favourite strategy is on Ghost Town with the hashtag WGL APAC on Twitter or on Facebook, facebook.com/WG League for all of the latest WGL APAC news and action. Had a few fun player profiles this week, Jordan. Player profile, tank profile. We profiled Sphinx, of course.
From Emil?
Yep.
No, from Horseman.
From
Gotcha.
Ah.
Anyway, yeah, enough about Sphinx and EL/Horseman. Here for Caren Tiger and Team Efficiency, this is really starting to go down to the wire. Prokhorovka, the next map out here, it's a good map for Caren Tiger so far. They did have some difficulties against Coalition Zoo on it yesterday, but you know, Team Efficiency is a different beast. I think both these teams going to be quite comfortable on Prokhorovka. I can foresee another 1-1 coming out.
Yeah, you're foreseeing the 1-1?
I'm foreseeing the 1-1.
It's hard to call any differently, honestly. It's hard to call. Anyways, let's take a look at the post-battle stats for our last battle there.
Got replays first, mate, and it's Bohan taking a lot of damage pretty much. JT kind of got around the corner and he was like, yeah, sorry, Bohan, you can take all these shots. I'm going to farm some damage.
Yep, pretty much. And Hellcry there. Did he ram someone? Oh, no, I thought that was going to be a ram.
If he rammed, he was dead.
Yeah.
Safi, you can see just chasing him down there. Yeah, look, JT really needed to go down here as well, and he didn't. In the end, just wasn't enough work done by Caren Tiger. And I think just too many shells wasted on that E100.
Yep, there we go. So
JT farming that damage again.
JT doing the work. It's always good to see. 4.1 thousand damage. And it's funny because whenever we see any other tanker doing, you know, 3K, 3.2K, 3.5K, 3.8K, you know, it's always a bit of a big deal. So, oh, yeah, he did really well. But then you see JT deal 4.1K and it's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, he dealt 6K the first game.
JT. Bloody JT.
Pick up your game.
11 shots fired.
Bohan even actually managed to put out 2 shots before he went down. So I think that's pretty impressive.
That means that JT got every single shot. I think it might have.
No, I think it's about 400 alpha for the IS.
But he got 3 kills, so it might have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, he probably would have penned and dealt damage with every shot.
It's pretty insane. Pretty insane. But Party there, 1265 damage with that 113. Mara on the WZ. Nakiovi and the WZ not doing anything particularly impressive in that one, but you can't really expect too much from a tier 9 tank, I guess. Scale with the Uds, 1.1k, only 3 shots fired. Got to be pretty happy with that, I think.
Yep, pretty much. Can't complain. So, Prokhorovka. How are we feeling?
Prokhorovka. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good on Proc.
For
you know,
who?
For
A 1-1?
like... I actually think here, Proc, this could be where TE2-0, because, hear me out,
Okay.
Team Efficiency, look,
Listening.
they've got lots of good proc strats. They like the, you know, the old IS-7 push in towards the northern flag. They're good at that. They're good at playing the town, both on the attack and the defense. I don't know, I think they've just got a good handle on it.
My main concern for Prokhorovka for Team Efficiency is they don't have a strong tank destroyer play. Like, they don't tend to pick the Grill 15 all that much. They don't pick the STRV all that much. And that's such a crucial part of sort of what the meta is developing into here on Prokhorovka this season. So they need to be able to really make good use of those other tanks that they play well, like JT in the Kranwagen. If they can get him on that, even Party in the Kranwagen was pretty impressive last week as well. So I think, you know, those are the 2 guys that we probably really have to look in here for this one. And of course, the bat chats for Team Efficiency are always, generally speaking, pretty what's the word? They always do enough damage. They always do well. Come on, Alex, help me out here.
They're the jack of all trades.
No, that's not the word I was looking for at all. Anyway, you know what I mean? Or at least I hope you know what I mean. They always manage to do their job. But we're going to need to see
Reliable?
Reliable, that's it. There we go. We got it. They're always reliable, unlike my vocabulary tonight.
Yep. Well, it's not generally reliable, let's be honest.
So is.
I don't know.
So, yeah, it's it's a tough ask here for Team Efficiency to 2-0 this, but I think it's within the realms of possibility. In saying that, I also think it's within the realms of possibility that Caren Tiger 2-0 this. Both these teams are quite good on Prokhorovka. We're in for another good matchup.
Yep, absolutely, I think. And, well, if we do end up seeing Team Efficiency go 2-0 in this one, then obviously they're going to be very happy with taking out this win. And they're going to be sitting very, very high up on the standings after the end of tonight, I think. So, well, it's another reason for them to be trying their best to
If T
win
this one, I think they'll overtake Horseman and they'll be in second place.
Yeah, I think so.
And they will still have 2 games left in the bank from week 1. So it would be an excellent situation for them. It would really be putting the other teams under a bit of the pump. And considering tomorrow they should be versing Coalition Zoo, that should be another boost for Team Efficiency.
Yeah.
So,
wow, if they can set themselves up like that, they are laughing, I think.
They
And
definitely
I think it would be good as well for them to prove that it's not just their roster that's their new solid core roster that's been the factor behind their wins so far this season and behind their strong performances, you know, because having Granovsky sub out for Bolognese this game, you know, if they can still pull out a win here, then I think it's just showing that, you know, that they just are generally better players.
I think they are taking it a lot more seriously this season than what they did last season. So, you know, they're pracking a lot harder. They're pracking a lot more. They didn't expect maybe necessarily last season to beat the top 4 team. They kind of just thought, okay, we're trying to get in playoffs. And then when they got to playoffs, like, okay, well, now we can try and get to the finals. But now the expectation for Team Efficiency is that they should be at the finals at the bare minimum. So they have a bit more to work for and to, I guess, prove to everyone again.
Yeah, well, I guess so. So, well, Caren Tiger, they are going to be fighting for it tooth and nail as well because, of course, they missed out on the finals last season in a tiebreaker. It's, I think, went right down to the wire. So, they're definitely going to be fighting for every point that they can try and get this season. But anyways, I think that is just about enough about their journey to our finals this season. But let's take a look and take a little think about our tank picks for this match, Jordan. Here, of course, on Prokhorovka, we will be seeing some, no doubt, a grill or 2 thrown in here, particularly by Caren Tiger. Maybe an Ooze, maybe an S-Tank. If these teams are feeling it, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's a very
I
wide
don't think
open
so.
map.
I don't think so. I don't think there's an S-Tank coming out here. I'm prepared to be proven wrong. Okay, if we see an S-Tank, it'll be from Caren Tiger. I don't think there's one coming out from Team Efficiency.
Fair call.
So I was surprised to see the UDES coming out from Team Efficiency, so let's see. Nope, it is just going to be the STRV from Caren Tiger.
Yep.
Very standard lineup for Team Efficiency. They've taken the WZ-132. Skell's been really getting into the ones WZ-132 lately, so he's decided to go for that instead of the RU-251, which is what we would generally see.
Yeah, he's loving that, that WZ-132. Chinese tier 8 light tank. I do like Caren Tiger's defensive lineup here though. Lots of bat chats, STRV and the Kranwagen. The Kranwagen great for putting pressure on, and the STRV great for the damages. But yeah, the WZ-132 in general, it's got great mobility, great acceleration as
you would
well.
expect from a light.
Yes, but great turret traverse as well. Okay. Find out where these teams are rolling out to. Looking like
He's just going through mid. Oh, they've actually split up quite a lot. Skell's pushing very far forward. Party backing him up a little bit, but this is interesting, isn't it?
yeah, Skell this far forward, very
This is
interesting.
dangerous, Skell. Oh my god. He's dead. There's no way he gets out of this alive. Surely. Oh my goodness. He's like, oh boy, I've done a boo-boo. And, well, he bounces a shell off his turret, but it's only going to be all that he can hope for here. He does go down. That was a mistake from Team Efficiency. That should not have happened.
The old YOLO push from Skell. Yeah, it's kind of like something I'd do. And generally speaking, when I do it, I can say from experience that you do generally die like that. Yeah, I'm sure if you did a scientific study on it, the scientific study would come up with a very definitive conclusion that you die if you push like that.
Yeah, well, at least one good thing for Team Efficiency is that the one side of the map is a little bit open here, and it looks like they're getting the information that it is open more on Bolognese pushing up in those bat chats. JT's actually taken a shot from somewhere, but he's not going to be too bothered by that. He's a big heavy tank, got lots of HP. So it's an uphill battle here for Team Efficiency. You know, we were saying, oh, it could be a 2-0 from Team Efficiency on Prokhorovka here, but, well, it's going to have to be a very, very good performance from them here on the attacking side from here on out now, if they are to get a 2-0.
Yep. I think so as well. So KV on the Kranwagen there. Be looking towards JT. I'm not sure who spotted him out, but JT is actually spotted right now.
I wonder who is spotting him, actually.
Yeah, is it? Is it
just
KV?
bugged. Is it bugged? No, it's not. Okay, he's unspotted now. He must have just gotten spotted and was sitting, like, moved over there. Because it looked like he was way too far away to be spotted by anyone. So it was just the delay from the 9 seconds of the spotting. More peeking around in that bat chat. He's very close to the one flag. I would be a little hesitant to put a bat chat on the flag, though. I'd sooner see a 113, I think.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Putting 113 on the flag, just a little bit of a smarter choice. I agree. Using that 113's nice strong frontal hull armor to kind of get hull down on the flag. I'm sure we've seen it a few times before to mixed successes, but
if you're going to put a heavy tank on the flag, I honestly prefer to have the IS-7. It's a little bit harder to pen than the 113, therefore harder to reset. But in this case, Team Efficiency only have those heavy tanks. And yeah, losing Skell like that is a big sort of a flaw here on Prokhorovka now for Caren Tiger. For Team Efficiency, obviously. The light tanks are so important for capping, for spotting. They play a big role on Prokhorovka.
Yeah, absolutely. And an echo there. STRV 3103B. Looking across.
Polly's taking a bit of damage there. He just went for a bit of an aggressive scout, trying to peek in through the train and the tracks, and you can see Party's laser lighting it up right through the tracks there. So a little bit worse for wear, but still he's alive, which is more important than anything else. It's better than what Skell is at the moment, which is dead. So anyway, enough talk from us, Alex. I think it's time to head on in with Caren Tiger and see how the chat is going in their team speak.
So you can shoot anyone if I spot
だってここから113出されて、
I'm
マップ南にいられたら困るじゃん。だってこれ。おって誰か見えてるこれ。誰か走ってくんねこれ。
この辺から多分、ちょっと走るの代わりに
俺走るわ。
俺さ、このバットが走ってさ、モダメさんが真ん中入れば。
いや、丘上はいる。
いる？必要。
まあ、丘上はしっかり死んでるやつでいいから。
来てるよ。
来たね。
見られた。あ、バット。
俺一回池の中に帰るよ。
これ来てんじゃね？
入ってきそう、答え。
あ、来るかも
これ今当てられないように注意したこれ。
うん。俺逃げるよ。
顔見てもいいかもよ。俺この星に入っとくわ。さっき言った通り。
俺そのまま秋くんのとこ来るのあるよね。
ある。
113こうやって乗り越えてきて。
いや、バット3枚、バット4枚。
こっからこう、これはこうあるよ。これ。
そう。で、バットこれ。
A bit of movement around the map here from Team Efficiency. They've left Bolognese up towards the north, but more Party and Safi are lurking around towards the south. So I wonder if there's something in that one here for Team Efficiency. More going for the scouting run along the train tracks. He's been spotted out by Polly, and he actually hasn't been able to spot out Polly, who I think is just sitting in a bush there in the IU-251. So bit of a difficult time here for Team Efficiency to figure out what the best course of action is actually going to be.
Yeah, pretty difficult indeed for Team Efficiency, and they only have 4 minutes left. This is the point where they should really be starting to actually make something happen, and we can see them grouping up to an extent down the bottom there, but with only 4 minutes left, not having taken out any members of Caren Tiger, you've got to start to get a little bit worried, and I'm sure they would be if we listened into them right now as well. But Bolognese is going to be a little bit of a drift, trying to get some spots out on towards Caren Tiger, but I think the time is almost done for just getting these slow spots. I think Team Efficiency, they actually just need to group up and decide a way that they're going to push in and try and take out Caren Tiger, because with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, if they leave this too late, it's a free win to CT.
Yeah, Team Efficiency really need to push now. If they're going to pressure the cap, now is the time to do it, and I just think they've left it a little bit too late. Safi's pushing in forwards, leading that charge, but he is taking a bit of damage for his troubles. They need to return some. This is not looking so great for Team Efficiency just yet. Safi's going to continue his push, but look at how many tanks from Caren Tiger there are. If he pushes over here, it's suicide. And, well, they're going to look like they'll get Accio V here. Safi probably could have just stayed a little bit safer behind that rock, but he does take a couple of shells for his troubles. There is a pretty decent damage swing actually there for Team Efficiency. They've done a lot of damage to Hellcry and Maro, and they've actually picked up a kill there as well. So somehow they come out of that one with the advantage, despite taking so much free damage before that fight started.
Yeah, very surprising there, but Team Efficiency, look, they made their shots count, and good on them for taking out Accio V. Great focus fire. Now, though, 2 minutes and 44 seconds. They have got JT in on this cap, but
I feel they might have left this a little bit too long. Like, it shouldn't be hugely difficult for Caren Tiger to get resets here. The problem is they don't have the Kranwagen, which has been, you know, the reset tank on Prokhorovka most of the time. They've just got Batchat, so we'll probably have to see either Yupa or Modame here really having to commit to get that reset. They're going to have to go over the tracks, and that should be a free kill for Team Efficiency if they play it right. But have a look at this. The Batchats from Team Efficiency lurking around the southern part of the map. Not too interested over the north. They've spotted out Polly. That's a good pick from Team Efficiency.
Yeah, great little kill there. They needed that. 2 minutes left on the clock. And well, the good thing with Team Efficiency is that they are all in these fast tanks, and they put another tank on the flag. So now Caren Tiger need a reset in 28 seconds.
This is not good at all for Caren Tiger. They're nowhere near that flag. Anyone that tries to go over that middle crossing is going to get absolutely demolished by the Batchats. And it's going to be Nedeko here, who looks like he'll push forward in the STRV. He's got 1800 HP to work with. He will get a reset easily. Should. Okay, there's one, but it's really kind of an irrelevant one. It was 4 seconds worth of reset, and these two tanks behind Bohan, the ones that he needs the reset on, he is not going to get it. And that's a very, very nice win from Team Efficiency. They were in such a poor position after losing Skell early on in the piece there, and they have been able to pull that one back.
There we go. Absolutely fantastic play there from Team Efficiency, and, well, I bet Caren Tiger's disappointed about that.
They should be. They should be. They've let far too much slip there.
Yeah.
They really needed to get a lot more damage done in that little bit of that skirmish where Team Efficiency pushed forward to kill that Kranwagen, and they needed to kill Safi, or they needed to kill the other Batchat that pushed in. I think it was Party. They needed to get one of those two tanks down, and they just didn't manage to do that. And then the free kill that Team Efficiency got onto Polly was pretty much the nail in the coffin.
Yep. Pretty much, I guess. And, well, Caren Tiger there, they are going to be very, very disappointed with that result. I think Team Efficiency, again, that was really smart play, actually pushing in towards, I think it was Yupa and the Kranwagen to take him out in that kind of middle stages of the game there with those Batchats. I thought, and I think you thought as well, Jordan, that that was going to turn out a lot worse than it actually did with, you know, Team Efficiency just YOLOing it, but they managed to take out the Kranwagen. There wasn't enough CT support for the Kranwagen. They only had 1 or 2 tanks actually helping out Yupa from that railway line.
But then, even when they took out the Kranwagen, that wasn't going to be enough for Team Efficiency, just getting that single kill.
Oh, absolutely
the amount of
not.
extra damage that they got over to the 2 Batchats, I don't know where that came from, but it worked for Team Efficiency, so who can complain?
Who can complain? Who knows? Anyways, let's take a look at the post-game stats to see who dealt the most damage in that one.
Well, Yupa doing a pretty decent job in Deco as well, but it was the Batchat story for Team Efficiency, really, wasn't it? It was Safi, Party, and more doing excellent amounts of work there for the Team Efficiency lineup, and it was a cap victory, so there's not going to be a huge amount of damage on the field here, but the damage that those Batchats did is extremely important.
Yes, 100%. This is not kind of useless damage. Or pointless damage, as we say in APAC.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant damage, that's the one I was looking for. Looking for that word. And JT in the 113, 917 damage.
Wow, even Skell managed to do more damage than Mordame. That's got to sting.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, Skell on that WZ132. I suppose he did get one shot on towards the Batchats before he died, but yes, Mordame dealing 0 damage, not really what you're looking for in that one. And Accio V, I mean, yeah, he did get rushed, but that's disappointing in the Kranwagen as well.
He had enough time to get all of his shots out. I think he actually did get all of his shots out, but didn't get the shots connected. No, he only fired 2.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
He only fired 2. I was confused about that a little bit.
Yeah, like, oh, whatever. Didn't work out well for Caren Tiger at all. Worked out quite nicely for Team Efficiency. And, well, this is the time for Team Efficiency to make my prediction a reality.
Yeah, I was just taking a look down at that. Jordan's prediction,
come on, boys.
5-3 to Team Efficiency. It's like, well, I called Caren Tiger. And
Rogie called Caren Tiger as well, 5-3.
Caren Tiger.
That's already in the bin.
Yeah, well, see you, Rogie.
See you, mate. Go back. Go back. So, you know, get back.
Stay back there.
Stay back there. You're not good enough to be up here with us.
It's so mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though.
But
Let's
anyways.
hope that Team Efficiency can pull off a win here.
No, let's hope that Caren Tiger can pull off a win. I think
Yeah.
everyone in chat knows that Caren Tiger will pull off the win. Don't you?
It's going to be a pretty close match if we do get onto Cliff as well, though, because it's a very good map we've seen from Team Efficiency. I would even back Team Efficiency on Cliff here if it does go to the tiebreaker.
Yeah. That's not good because I bet Caren Tiger. And thinking about it, I actually think that it would be Team Efficiency on the Cliff as well to win. So I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
I'm in trouble, Jordan. In a lot of trouble.
Well, still, Caren Tiger have got one more round here on Prokhorovka that they're going to need to navigate if they are to make it through to that tiebreaker. So, an important one coming up here for Caren Tiger. Very important one for Team Efficiency as well. If they can close this out 5-3, get the maximum points from this one, I think they can pretty much safely say they'll be able to secure another perfect run this weekend and this week in WGL, in which case they'd be 5-0. And, you know, who can complain about a 5-0 start?
No one. No one at all can complain about a 5-0. So if they can get that, then it's definitely what they're going to be shooting for. But Team Efficiency making this one very, very hard. Let's take a look at the tanks as we head in towards the next half of Prokhorovka.
Well, nothing too crazy.
Okay.
I mean, a couple of WZ-111s is a bit different from Caren Tiger.
Yeah, we don't often see the WZ-111s here on Proc. Look, I think they can work. It's a very solid tank, the WZ-111. Got a very good gun on it, big alpha, good in hold down positions. So, fairly good turret armor, obviously. But in saying that, you know what its win rate is, Jordan?
What's that?
47%.
Yeah, it could be worse. I get 45%ers on my team all the time in pub.
Yeah.
I yell at them. Obviously, they can't hear me, but I still yell.
I can hear you when you yell.
Yeah. So can everyone else that lives with me. But it's the price you pay for living with the real elfish guy. Okay. Now, let's see what is going to go on here for Caren Tiger on the attack. It's a big, important round for them. This, interestingly enough, was actually the map that Team Efficiency defeated Caren Tiger on in the tiebreaker of the playoffs to make it through to the APAC finals. So, a lot of bad memories maybe here for Caren Tiger on Prokhorovka.
Yeah. Yeah. But what I made there in that TVP, just taking a little bit of damage. I think Team Efficiency right now, they've got a fairly defensive-looking spread, and this is where, you know, maybe it would be nice for Team Efficiency if they did play something like the S-Tank, because they've got Bolognese. He's in a batch at an A1, but realistically speaking, if Caren Tiger pushed down that one line there, then you'd want an S-Tank over a batch out there.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, like I said, I mean, Team Efficiency aren't the kind of team to pick up an S-Tank. So, Safi, he takes a free hit. Yeah, he should get out of here. I don't like the position that he's in. Even if he's unspotted, like, there's so many Caren Tiger players there. If he gets spotted, he will die.
Yep. It's not ideal, so I'm going to agree with you there and say he should move away, and that is exactly what Mr. Safi is doing. Take one shot for his troubles and is suddenly on 1392 damage, but Mudame has also taken a shot to even it up a little bit, so to speak.
Interesting that it looks like he's going to join Party on the hill here. There's another lot of damage going on. Moore's all gone. Goodbye, goodbye, good friend, goodbye. Akio V picks up that kill quite easily. And again, Team Efficiency will have to fight from behind. Bohan is so good in this position, by the way. Yeah. We have seen him do some magical stuff in heavy tanks from this one. So I'm still pretty confident, actually, about Team Efficiency here. I think they've got a pretty decent setup with Safi and with Party on the hill there. And Maro is getting very low on HP, so they might be able to trade this one back. There you go. JT picks that kill up. I feel like, whoa, okay. I feel like the sort of a setup here from Team Efficiency is actually quite good, even though Moore has done a bit of a boo-boo and got himself picked off early on in the piece.
Yeah, that's a big mistake there from Moore, but...
Party's been spotted out. Nadeko's going to get the first shot across. Party, what?
Reloading.
What's Party doing?
He must be reloading.
Ay, that's not good for Team Efficiency at all. Party goes down without doing a point of damage to Nadeko, but that does mean Nadeko's on the reload and he's headed straight in towards Safi, who should be able to get some damage here. Nope. Doesn't look like it. He has an angle because Nadeko shot him. Can he get a tracking shot here? That's what's important. Nope. Oh, but there's going to be a kill. Surely Bohan picks this one up. Someone's going to kill Nadeko.
Someone kill Nadeko.
Someone has to kill Nadeko. Someone has to kill AkiOV. Bolognese goes down as well.
Yep, nah.
He's just been clipped out by the TVP. This is falling apart for Team Efficiency.
Not happening. It's not happening for Team Efficiency right here. They cannot just give away those free bat chats without taking the kills and get away with it. There's no chance.
I mean, Safi's going to go down here to AkiOV as well. Like, unless he gets extremely lucky. There's a good shot from Bohan, but it needed to be a tracking shot or something for Safi to survive there, and he will go down. So it's just 3 tanks left alive here to Caren Tiger's 6. And it's 2 heavy tanks and a light, so difficult times ahead here for Team Efficiency, that's for sure. Mordame, I think he knows that Skell is here, so he's pretty keen to get some damage across. Skell can do work from the top of the hill here, but it's JT and Bohan taking huge amounts of damage. They both go down. And it looks like we're headed to the tiebreaker.
Well, it absolutely looks like that. We are headed to the Caren tiebreaker as Skell goes down. Tiebreaker number 3 tonight, Jordan.
Wow. What time is it? 20 past 11 already? This is normally when we start wrapping things up for the night. You know, I'd be like, oh, have a good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, happy tanking.
Happy tanking,
but we've still got a whole other series after this one.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be in for a long one.
Absolutely. It's all right. Well, lucky I like long nights of World of Tanks, Jordan. So, yes. But overall, Caren Tiger, very, very solid win there. Mistakes by Team Efficiency. I think that it's as simple as that. It's not like Caren Tiger played like amazingly well. They just capitalized on the mistakes from Team Efficiency.
More getting picked off there was really not good. Really, really not good. You can't lose a bat chat like that. And then Bolognese got picked off as well. I mean, he probably got a little bit more damage out than more, but there was just 2 essentially free bat chat picks, even 3, because I think who was a party on the hill got picked up. You know, he was obviously clipping, but like in that situation, he just probably needed to back out, to be honest, because it's pretty obvious that he was there. The guy that was getting shot by him would have known, okay, there's shots coming from the hill. Let's send one of our bat chats up there to deal the damage. And it happened. Caren Tiger read the situation well. Team Efficiency, again, just giving another round over to Caren Tiger, and they've made my prediction wrong, so I'm a little bit salty. But hopefully they can bring it back home on Cliff for me.
5-4, Caren tiebreaker. That's what I call.
It's a possibility now.
You're going to be wrong, Jordan.
You reckon?
For the 2nd time tonight.
We'll see. We'll see. It actually would be the 3rd time tonight.
Of course.
Because we haven't got any predictions right so far. I mean, who could have gotten Horseman versus Eel correct? No one.
That's true.
And then...
well, I mean, at least we got the winner right, but that's not that hard.
Yeah. Coalition Zoo beating B Gaming. We were both wrong for that one too, so you can't really rub it in all that much. Anyway.
Disappointing.
Let's have a look at the post-battle stats there for the Caren Tiger, because that's really who it was about that game. It wasn't really much said and done from Team Efficiency. Bohan doing his best from that position.
Yeah, he gave it a good crack in the IS-7. So shout out to Bohan for, you know, really trying to carry TE there. And JT, well, unfortunately, he was in a bit of a bad tank, so he couldn't do much. And Safi in that batch at 25T with 1500 damage. Not doing too bad. So, what I may as well with 2.1k damage in that TVP. I don't mind that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what the rest of this is. Party, 0 damage done. So what? How did he manage to do 0 damage? He got an entire clip off. That's really bad.
Pretty potato. Pretty potato.
Potato. Yeah, that's not good. Even more managed to do more damage. Bolognese got 1 shot, but I'm really scratching my head here as to how Party didn't get a single point of damage off. And then managed to get taken down. That's really where things started to go wrong for Team Efficiency there. But some good news, at least for Team Efficiency, is that they got to choose the side. And I actually forgot what side they chose. I think it was defense. Yeah, it was defense. So thank you, producer, in my ear for saving me. 4-4. It is moving into Cliff. Team Efficiency on defense. I back them here. I think they're a good Cliff team.
You're backing Team Efficiency.
I am.
I've got to stick with my original call and going with Caren tiebreaker 5-4. So I think I'm going to say Caren tiebreaker will win this. Do I really believe in my heart that Caren tiebreaker will win this? I'm not sure. I think my heart's calling for Team Efficiency.
Team Efficiency haven't lost a side on the defensive Cliff yet this
Maybe
season.
It's about time. Oh, and it's defense
Caren
as
Tiger
well.
haven't won a side of attack of Cliff this season.
Oh, this is so rough to predict against.
Yep.
This is rough.
If Team Efficiency lose this one, sorry, it's going to be really a poor result. Like, they are in the position to pick up a win.
Yeah.
They really should be able to pick up the win here on Cliff. And Caren Tiger, yes, I know they play Cliff a fair bit. Like, they are drilled on Cliff. But going on the attacking side, it's always a little bit more difficult on the attack of Cliff. I find the defensive side, generally speaking, gets earlier into position. They can get set up a little bit easier. So if you do go for an aggressive play, the defenders are always set up, or relatively set up, waiting for you. So I think this is going to be a tough game for Caren Tiger.
I agree, 100%. It will be a very, very tough game for CT. But look, CT, they've done crazy things before. And let's not forget, it is now a tiebreaker.
Yep.
So the rule of Caren Tiger comes into play.
Yeah, that's
in any 50-50 match, if it goes to a tiebreaker, that then turns to a 100% win rate for Caren Tiger.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
they went through almost the entire season last season without dropping a tiebreaker. So they do have a good record in tiebreakers, but
it wasn't the only tiebreaker that they dropped, the tiebreaker to get to the finals against Team Efficiency.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
So maybe that's another good stat in the favor of Team
Yeah,
Efficiency.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were able to win a tiebreaker already against Caren tiebreaker, but it was last season. Lots of questions to be asked here. Lots of questions to be answered here by Team Efficiency. And, well, look, it's really down to the wire. A lot of pressure on both these teams right now.
100%. Well, it's one way to find out what the result will be in this one, guys. And it is not by predictions. It is not by statistics. It is by seeing these top-tier tankers playing here on our final map, which is, of course, Cliff. And first off, taking a look at their tank picks. Jordan, what do you think we're going to be seeing?
Batchats, maybe a TVP from Party, and a T49 possibly from Skell. Here for the defense for Team Efficiency, Caren Tiger, it's a little bit more up in the air for me. There's potential for them maybe to pick something a little bit more out there. A
mouse?
I don't think we'll see a mouse. I hope we don't see a mouse. I'd sooner probably see an artillery from Caren Tiger here or something like that. But yeah, I just feel like they're going to go pretty standard again. Probably the TVP and the Batchats, and then an RU-251.
I don't know. They're 5-4 up in a tiebreaker. So I think Caren Tiger.
4-4.
4-4 into a tiebreaker, and I think Caren Tiger here, you know, if they're going to do anything, they're going to pull out their most, you know, crazy strategy that Team Efficiency are not going to be expecting to try and ensure the win in this one. You know, I don't think standard's going to be the way that CT go if they have the option.
I think that's fair enough. Like, I feel like playing standard into Team Efficiency's defense on Cliff isn't going to be the easiest of options. Team Efficiency are very good on Cliff, on the defense in particular. So you may be onto something here. Maybe Caren Tiger do want to throw a bit of a curveball and catch Team Efficiency off guard.
Yeah, well, I certainly hope so. I like seeing curveballs, particularly when they're not thrown against me, but they're thrown against someone that I'm watching. So always good to see something like a, I don't know. The mouse didn't win last time we saw it on Cliff, did we?
No, it got absolutely wrecked by Team Efficiency. It looked like it was winning early on. They were doing a pretty good job, but then eventually Team Efficiency just ran rings around the mouse and pretty much ignored it.
Yeah, cool. Well, CT on the attack this time, so perhaps it'll work a little bit better. I'm not sure if they do end up locking that one in. I don't think we're going to be seeing any other TDs unless we see my epic 4005 strat, which we probably won't. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty standard. Nothing else really. No Kranwagens, no Udezes.
I mean, maybe we could see a Kranwagen from Team Efficiency, but I don't think it's too likely on the defense.
I don't think we will.
They tend to pick it on the attack a little bit more so. But JT and Party do like that tank. They do pretty well in that tank, so we'll have to find out here. But yeah, I'm locking in TVP for Party, Batchats for everyone else, and a T49 for Skill. I think that's the lineup. That's the ideal one for Team Efficiency here.
Very cool. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to be locking in. I'm going to leave that to the teams to decide. But, of course, for now, it is time to head into the map, which has the giant lighthouse atop a cliff, which is named after, and find out what these teams are going to be picking.
Well,
there's the mouse.
Looks like I'm right on the Team Efficiency front, at least.
Like I'm right on the Caren Tiger front. So we look at that, Jordan. We're both right.
Yeah. I'll be right in my prediction of 5-4 for Team Efficiency as well.
Predict 5-4 Team Efficiency. I predicted 5-4.
Yeah, but now my revised prediction of Team Efficiency 5-4. I don't know about the mouse here for Caren Tiger, to be honest.
Honestly, I love the mouse. I don't know about the T125. Like, it's a bit potato. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. I think it's good having those two into the T49. T49 obviously not going to be able to do too much against those. It's good having those two into the 1 TVP as well. But yeah, the 5 bat chats, that's what CT are going to have to deal with.
Yeah, bat chat APs for Caren Tiger at least. I like that a little bit more than the E50s that we've been seeing
Yes,
of late.
well, I agree with you there.
All right, well, it's up to Team Efficiency here to figure out how to deal with this mouse. That is the big threat here. They waste too many shells on the mouse. Could be in a bit of a problem. Interesting that it's Yupa playing the mouse. He's such a crucial player for this lineup, and they've put him in essentially a damage-soaking tank. Like, you can, of course, deal damage in the tank, but I wonder if that's the right idea. Do you want your top damage dealer to be in a mouse? That's the question I think that they have to be asking here. Looks like Bolognese is trying to do a bit of a boost on the backside of the cliff. Not having too much luck at the moment, though. Oh, there we go. He's got it.
This series, hasn't it? It's probably been Nadeko this series who's top damage for CT.
Yeah.
Tonight at least.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They've all had pretty good performances. Some pretty bad ones as well, to be fair.
Yep.
Bol's a bit of like a mountain goat. He likes to do the climbs. He tends to hang around in training rooms a little bit. So that's probably why they've got him doing this boost here. Yupa has taken a shot and another. Bohan looks like he's going to be emptying his clip onto that mouse. Safi has been spotted out. As of yet, hasn't taken too much damage, but Bohan has. The trades at the moment still favouring Team Efficiency, but Bohan really needs to be careful. He doesn't want to go down here. Oh, Skell. Nice damage, mate. 181 right into the side of Yupa. Huge shot. That was sarcasm, by the way.
Big players, but Yupa, I would have liked to have seen him take a lot less damage than that.
Exactly. Every little bit of damage the Team Efficiency did there, even the bit from Skell, was very important, and it's essentially nullified the threat of the mouse. Like 1400 damage, that's easy to burst through now.
Yeah. So that is very suboptimal there from Yupa, and I'm not entirely sure why they decided just to kind of freely push like that so late without any support. I feel as though when they did that, why not push with Nadeko, Poly, and Mudame, and even Helkarai to try and put some pressure on the other side of the map and make Team Efficiency pay for getting into a position to shoot the mouse. I don't know, but
JT and Bolognese actually up on the hill here is a little bit interesting for Team Efficiency. Typically last season we saw Safi be the one to take this position. It's a very important position on Cliff, so to have a new player like JT, he's very new to the WGL, put in this position, I think that is a lot of faith shown from Team Efficiency in JT.
Yep. Well, I agree, but I mean, JT is a big boy. I'm sure he can handle it. Bohan there, is he ammo racked?
No, it's fine.
Oh, sorry, he's in a batch. I thought he was in a 113 there, but he's not.
So, Bohan, average of 1400 damage dealt. We don't tend to see him in bat chats all that much. Really, it's only when he's actually on Cliff, and he's had some pretty poor performances on Cliff the last couple of times Team Efficiency has played it. So hopefully this time he's going to get a bit more done. He has managed to get a bit of damage into the mouse early on in the piece here, so good start for him. But typically he's like their main heavy tank player.
Yeah, exactly. Bohan, very much a heavy player. Right now, Safi in that bat chat, he's going to be looking up towards Yupa. See if he can spot anything there. And so far, Caren Tiger.
I like this that the Team Efficiency are doing. They've allowed Bohan to go back here, set himself up on the boost. You can really just pump out damage from here. It's hard to spot the tank in that position. Typically, we'll see something like a grill this far back, but given the fact that Bohan has such little HP, he doesn't really want to be in the brawl. He wants to be back there just pumping out damage when he can. So I like that option from Team Efficiency, and really just waiting to see which of these teams is going to crack this open first, because it is close. It's still really hanging in the balance. I mean, Team Efficiency have done a good job of dealing a lot of damage over to Caren Tiger, but Bohan has taken a huge chunk of damage as well. So it's really tough to call at the moment. I think the first team to get a kill or get a couple of kills, get the early advantage, are going to be the victors, really.
I was seeing this one played so cautiously here. No one wants to make a mistake. Caren Tiger, even though they have taken out or taken a lot of damage so far, they do still lead in terms of overall HP by 1,000. You can thank the mouse and the T110E5 for that.
Yep.
Skell still guarding out this line. Interesting that Team Efficiency have still got Party and Skell devoted to this 1 and 2 line. But it might actually pay off for them, particularly if those 2 bat chants from Caren Tiger push down now.
Yeah. Imagine how good would it be to see Skell just get a massive penetrating shot into one of those bat chat APs. He could certainly get rid of Akio V.
Yeah, Akio V on, what's that, 838? Yep, he could do it.
Even with a, what is it, HE? He's got HE and Hesh, I think?
Not Hesh in the T49.
No, not Hesh, okay. Whatever it is. His premium round does a little bit less damage, but it has more pen.
Heat,
that's the one. That's what I was looking for. Obvious. Derp. JT, though, starting off with a kill on Polly. That's nice for team efficiency, but they are going to need to follow it up. Skell with a big shot. Actually doesn't kill Akio V. It's not a great roll from him. 11 HP left, though, on Akio V. He's going to be a little bit worse for wear, and Party will get the job done in the end, choosing the correct time. Skell, he's going to be off the reload here. Mordame is going to be under a little bit of a problem because there's going to be a big shell in his direction, and that is excellent work from Skell. He's put off 2 big damaging shots in that T49, and well, that's more than you can expect usually from your tier 8 light tank. So I think team efficiency are in a very good spot here, Alex.
Yeah, this is looking very good for T after that. Caren Tiger, they just walked right into that trap set by Skell and Co. from that one line, and at this point in time they only have 3 tanks left to play with. Team efficiency still 5 up on the field. The HP lead is 2.5 thousand hit points in favor of team efficiency right now.
And this is the problem with the mouse. Have we seen the mouse do anything this game?
Nope.
The answer is, of course, no. So, yeah, I just think that's an errorless pick from Caren Tiger.
Yeah. It's not great, but look, 3 minutes left. Caren Tiger going to be trying to do whatever they can do as Mr. JT tries to mount and go. Not too sure where he's actually going there, but anyways. Nadeko spotted out
for somewhere to redline snipe. Well, Bolognese and Nadeko here are going to have a bit of a duel, but Bolognese has the advantage, and he knows it. He's keen to keep this fight continued. He's looking for Nadeko. Ooh, this is a pixel shot, and he hits it, I think.
Yep.
Good shot from Bolognese, and it's really just the clean-up stage here for team efficiency. Bol is going to get this. No, he's not. Surely he gets this eventually.
Oh, he's going for the chase. Oh, no,
Nadeko. Rip. Anyway, that's team efficiency pulling off the win, 5 and 4. It was a bit shaky at times. It was a bit shaky for Caren Tiger at times as well. I think both teams didn't have a completely clean match tonight. But you know what? Team efficiency going to be happy to walk away with 2 points from that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think TE, after that one, they can't be disappointed. Caren Tiger, again, I think that last kill summed it all up. And that one, that was just a big mistake on Cliff to pick the mouse, to pick the T110E5. They both really did nothing, honestly. And you know, walking into the T49 and not grouping up. I don't understand why Caren Tiger in that one didn't group their tanks and didn't try for a cohesive push, you know, with the mouse leading or something like that. The mouse and the T110E5.
I mean, I'm just not a fan of the mouse on Cliff. It doesn't give you enough mobility. It can just be completely ignored by the opposing team, and I really, really hope after this we don't see any more teams picking the mouse on Cliff. I mean, it didn't work for B Gaming. It hasn't worked for Caren Tiger, and those are the 2 teams that tend to pick the mouse the most, so you'd think they should know how to use them. And you know, if those 2 teams can't make it work, I don't think any team can make it work.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, I think, Jordan. But look, team efficiency, they've shown that the T49 can definitely work well on Cliff after that one.
Yep.
And you know, we've seen honestly a lot of unimpressive performances from the T49 recently, and I don't think it's sitting on a particularly high win rate so far this season. So to see it like that, actually almost be a game changer, I guess. And,
yeah, it certainly was.
You know, help take out 2 tanks.
He's probably done about 2k damage, somewhere around there, maybe just a little bit less. I think the first one was 800. The second one would have been around maybe 1,000. It looked like a big
chunk. And the 130 to the mouse.
Yeah, unless maybe one of the shots from Party connected with the bat chat at the same time as Skell fired. But even still, he's going to have a big amount of damage from that T49. So let's go ahead and find out how much damage Skell actually was able to do in the T49. And it's, well, a lot less than I thought it was because it's not above 1,500. But anyway, Bolognese with 3k done in the bat chat. He was obviously up most of the time near towards the lighthouse, doing a lot of damage there. Party got a couple of clips out as well. Great stuff from him. And just across the board, it's looking like a nice scoreboard there for team efficiency.
Yeah, can't complain for team efficiency on that one. And we did see Scale in the
1500
T49. Yeah,
Scale.
basically 1500.
So the second shot would have been about 600, 500, 600 into the back
Yeah.
chat, which is still pretty good.
Absolutely, cannot complain about that at all. And we saw, that bat chat 25 TAP, Accio V only deal 270, the AP of Poly only deal 290. Oh, it's rough there for Caren Tiger's bat chats that walked into that giant gun on the T49. But there you go. I guess. At the end
Good
of
stuff.
the day,
Good stuff for team efficiency. I think they would have been maybe a little bit disappointed not to be able to close it out there on Prokhorovka.
a little bit.
Just things didn't really go their way in that second half. And obviously getting the win is getting the win. It's going to be a good boost over Caren Tiger. They'll get 2 points for Caren Tiger's 1, which is nice. And it should be enough to boost them now above Horseman, if I'm not mistaken. Or equal with Horseman at least.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Again, they still have 2 matches in the bank, right? So there's always that chance to pull things back.
Yeah, 100%. Overall, team efficiency, definitely going to be very happy with that, I do believe. And look, Caren Tiger, with only 1 point, you win some, you lose some, but they're still sitting fairly high up in the standings, maybe 4th or so now after Semi losing that one, after team efficiency and Horseman. But Wargaming, of course, will still be right up the top of those ones. And I'm interested to see team efficiency when they end up going up against Horseman next, going up against Gaming next.
Yeah.
So really taking it to them potentially.
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, look, Horseman team efficiency is going to be a good one. Team efficiency EL is going to be a pretty good one. I'd probably still be leaning for EL, of course. But anyway, talking enough about the future, let's have a look back at the past there. With that last one, the post-match stats, and I don't think anyone will be surprised to see JT up the top here. 2.8k average damage done per round. It's going to be definitely boosting his stats, which at the moment we're sitting on 2.386 per round. So big upgrade for him. Even Yupa's done a pretty good job tonight. Just a little bit above his average as well.
Yeah. And I'm sure Nadeko is probably sitting pretty as well with that total damage dealt of just about 20,000 across the series. 2.1 thousand average damage per round and 100 shots fired. Interesting to see both Nadeko and JT had 100 shots fired and slightly different damages.
More on Poly didn't have the greatest of nights. Well, Polly is actually from Caren Tiger, interestingly enough. But
Moore had a really
really poor night tonight. I don't know what was going on for him. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some connection issues, something like that. But look, that's very uncharacteristic for him to be that low on the scoreboard. Skell even outscoring him, and Skell was pretty much in tier 8 tanks the entire game. So
and Moore didn't even fire that many shots. He fired 49 shots.
Yeah.
He just died a lot tonight, I think.
Oh well. Team efficiency won, so who can complain really for team efficiency there?
Not me.
Nope,
not me.
Not me either. But that's 5-4, 5-4, 5-4. Are we going to get to see another 5-4 coming out tonight? Dark Wolves and Meltdown. I mean, if Meltdown...
A man can dream,
if
Jordan.
Meltdown aren't on their game, there could be something going on here. But we'll have to find that out after the break. It is, of course, going to be the Dark Wolves up against Meltdown in about 10 minutes. It's our last match of tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a bit.